1, 2, 3, 4. Hello, besties, and welcome back to another episode of I Am Besties. As always, I'm your host, Vanessa. We are the three blind mice, and we are joined today by the devil herself, Mr. Kiss, and Dwight Schrutes. Mr. Dwight had the pleasure of joining us today. I'm very excited about your costume, Brandon. I loved it so much. I love all of them, but like I'm a huge like The Office fan, so it caught me off guard.
Now I want to change.
I was not expecting that.
Now I feel like I'm overshadowed. Like literally shining.
Dude, you know what
I wanted
funny?
the attention.
If like you all came dressed up as someone from The Office. That would have been hilarious.
That
you don't get it, but we're all coordinated. Like we're all actually all coordinated.
Some way, somehow.
I guess
you have to figure it out.
You have
to figure it out, though. Yeah, it does connect.
It all makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
I
literally cannot do riddles for the life of me.
What's it called?
Is there really an episode? Because now I'm going to have to literally rewatch the entire show.
No, watch every episode. Then let us know.
Oh, I guess I could just watch the Halloween episodes. Duh.
Yeah, there you go.
Genius.
I'm going to just rewatch it because it's been a minute. But
it's a really good show.
It's fucking amazing. I watched it as a kid, just...
You watched it as a kid?
Yes, like when it was like coming out, like on air. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I watched it.
Damn, I didn't watch it. I didn't watch it until I was like 19, to be honest.
Dude, I haven't watched it consecutively again, but I've seen like episodes like here and there, but I haven't had a chance to actually watch it from like the beginning. I'm gonna do that.
I'm disappointed that I don't know what you guys are talking about because I've seen the show honestly like 8 times.
I don't remember.
Like, it's crazy because like we're totally fucking with you. Like there's,
oh my god,
there's no episode where this like happens.
I'm gonna kill myself.
Yeah, no,
I was about to say,
dude, no, literally, I was like, what the fuck? Like, where is the connection?
The liar in me was about to be like, I don't remember, but it feels very familiar. Like I know it's in the tip of my tongue.
Oh my god, you guys are just gonna come here and embarrass us?
Dude, no, really, like everybody, all of our audience knows that I'm not shy to say that I lie.
You lie?
Dude, I struggle with that. Like little white lies, nothing crazy where like I hurt people, but like to
like yeah, I've seen that movie.
Yeah, or like how many cookies did you eat? Like 2 by like 10, like just little white lies.
Actually,
like that.
you do lie. She does lie about like watching something because then she'll be like, I'm just playing. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, like sometimes she'll be like, because she's a big like movie fan and like she'll talk about reference movies a lot, and I'll be like. Sometimes it's movies that I have seen like when I was very young, but I completely don't remember, and I'll just go along with like, oh yeah, I remember, and then she'll be like, remember this one specific part, and like it's obvious I got caught in the lie, and I'll be like, oh fuck, no, I don't. Yeah,
she'll be like, honestly, I don't remember. I'm like, why the fuck? I could have just explained the movie again.
You could have, yeah.
You know what's crazy?
I'm working on that.
I remember I haven't like I feel like I've been pretty solid and like being honest.
Yeah.
But recently I did like kind of like a big lie. Like my mom, she found like my shrooms. Yeah, and I was like, yeah, like I hadn't even told anyone, and like I was like, oh, I was holding those for a friend. Like I did the classic like.
She knew
like,
what it was though.
Yeah, she knew right away. She was like,
shit.
these are like psychedelic mushrooms, like in Spanish, right?
Oh fuck.
And I was like, yeah, like,
educated queen.
Yeah, I know, right? She's like, I just want to know, like, because I feel like people who do drugs, like, it's because they like are missing something.
Troubled and something.
Yeah, and I was like, no, like it's not anything like that. I'm more just interested in like the medicine wise, right?
So
but
you eventually
totally
told her
lying.
that they were yours?
You told her they were yours. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, at least it felt safe enough to come clean.
Crazy.
Yeah, but at first I lied. I felt pretty bad. I was like, oh fuck.
No, yeah.
Damn, dude, I do not feel bad lying, but only because like growing up, since my parents were so strict, I just like it literally, like you said, like it came naturally to me to lie, because it was the only way to like do shit.
That was my thing too. That's why I grew up like pathologically lying.
Sneaky.
Like literally.
Yeah, because now I lie like about shit where I'm like if I'm on the freeway and they're like, oh, where are you? I'll be like, oh, I'm getting home.
Bro, my dad.
They're like, why do I do that? They're like, I'm getting home. Can I call you back? And then I just hang up.
I don't want to talk. I'm like, hey, I just got home. I'm so sorry. You hear me swerving in traffic.
Blinker. Yeah, so I just lie like that, and I'm like, why? Like, why did I say that when I could have just not fucking lied? But then I just, like I said, like I just do it, and I'm like confused afterwards.
I know why I do it now, but it's hard to stop. It's hard.
That's what I'm saying.
It's hard to stop. It's like
have some self-control.
It's like I know why, but like my actions haven't caught up yet with like my way of thinking. So it's like it's really hard to catch myself sometimes before I lie. It's like I just blurt out a lie before I can even think, and then after I'm like, fuck. our life. But it's fine. You know?
Did you guys like because you're closer in age, right? Like, do you guys go to high school together?
Yeah, all three of us went to high school together.
Oh yeah,
I
we need
don't-
to catch you up.
I don't think I went to high
It's been
school
a
with Julia.
minute.
I know,
Right?
man.
We went to the same high school. I don't
But
know.
like, I
went
don't
to
think
the
we
same
were. We were.
But
at
you
the
guys
same
didn't go
time.
like together?
I don't
Me
think
and
we
him
were.
did.
Oh, okay.
They're siblings.
Were you?
No, I know.
Oh,
What year did you
That's what I was
go?
asking. Oh, okay,
2014.
I thought you did.
Yeah, I graduated in 2015. So,
So
I think I
like
still
1
saw
year.
you. I feel like I still saw you though. I think
Yeah,
I
I don't
remember.
remember
That's what I was gonna ask because I was wondering if you guys like in high school shared like if you
The
guys
class-
did shit
No,
together.
me-
No, like you know how like you go and do fucking dumb shit with
Like passing period type shit.
no, just like getting fucked up or something like at parties
school?
like together.
Dude, literally
like
the
as
three of
siblings.
us, like the only connection we had in high school was like the we would walk past each other and we just kind of like give
You
a
said
hint,
hi. Yeah.
like what's up, like but we would not hang out in high school.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you and Brandon with it?
No,
I
well,
thought
because
you
we were different like grades, you know. We had like our own different friend groups.
Oh, got you.
I didn't want to be associated with him, you know.
It wasn't. I mean, for me, it
I'm just
wasn't.
fucking around. No, yeah, I'm totally kidding.
It'd
I'm
be
totally
like
kidding.
that though.
He's like in the hierarchy of high school. I was just a
Yeah.
level.
I was fighting for my life out here in the trenches.
I'm gonna risk my reputation. No, but it wasn't like that.
No,
Yeah.
it's funny. My friends always wanted to see my brother. They're like, "You have a little brother?" Like everyone would get excited. Like if we found out our friends had siblings in the
Yeah.
same campus, we'd be like, "So where's your brother? Where are they?" Because I don't know. It was. I guess it was just like seeing like them with like their siblings was funny too.
I remember we would lie. Oh, speaking of lying, we would lie and say we were twins.
Oh yeah.
And everybody believed us, yeah.
Oh,
shit.
But I just got held back because I'm like dumb.
Oh my god.
People believe us, yeah. I
People
was like,
believe
that.
us. Yeah.
People are so
Love the
easily
lies.
believe that like I'm dumb.
Now I feel like somebody lied to me because when I was in third grade, fourth grade, no, I think it was third grade. I'm so sorry. I'm literature. It was fifth grade. But anyways, I had a fucking
You're lying right
friend.
now.
No, it was definitely fifth grade. I had a guy friend,
Yeah.
and he had a sister, and he was like, "We're twins," but I fucking swear to God, they like look like they're from different baby daddies because there was no way. And now I feel like they were lying to me.
And being
Also,
young
they never
adult.
they
Yeah,
never
you
were
know what
like
I
we were
mean.
kidding.
Took
They never were
advantage.
like we're kidding.
No.
They just went. They were
It's
like,
Yeah.
mystery to this day.
wow.
Hey besties, before we continue with today's episode, we're going to shout out our sponsors at Manscaped. We're finally escaping the heat, the leaves are changing, and the pumpkin spice is in the air. Some call it pumpkin spice season, but when it comes to my man, all I'm thinking about is fresh ball fall. Make sure his caramel apples are smooth and fresh with the help of our friends at Manscaped. The leader in below-the-waist grooming is here to make sure to bring smooth sensations to you and the man in your life. With 6 million individuals worldwide who trust Manscaped for their below-the-waist grooming, why would you choose anyone else? Get Manscaped by going to manscaped.com for 20% off plus free shipping with the code BESTIES. And to look like this, smooth as a skeleton,
Like
hairless.
the top of his
Beautiful.
head. Honestly, trying to get my punani to look like this is
Yeah.
hard. Like,
Yeah.
low-key, I'd be using the Manscaped products because this is how I want it to look
Yep.
at all times.
Ditch the shavers, girlies. I know it's tempting. I know they're on the cheaper side, but girls, invest in this product and it's going to last you way longer and it's going to get the job done way better.
Yes. The Manscaped Platinum Package 4.0 has everything the man in your life needs to freshen up for fall. Whether you're gifting it to your man or using it on your bikini line, let's keep that bush tamed with the Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer. Their package also includes the Weed Whacker ear and nose hair trimmer, Crop Preserver ball deodorant, Crop Reviver toner, performance boxer briefs, and a travel bag to hold all your goodies.
The Lawnmower 4.0 body trimmer and Weed Whacker nose and ear hair trimmer feature proprietary advanced skin-safe technology to protect its delicate parts and holes. Both are waterproof so you can keep scaping even as the weather changes. In addition to shaving, you can now completely upgrade his shower routine with the Ultra Premium Body Wash and Ultra Premium 2-in-1 Shampoo plus Conditioner. It'll have his skin and hair feeling hydrated and smelling real fresh.
Say goodbye to stinky pits with the aluminum-free Ultra Premium deodorant. It may not be pumpkin spice, but it's a cologne-quality fragrance you'll love even more on him.
Honestly, I'm not a huge fan of pumpkin spice.
Pumpkin
To be honest, I don't know why people are, but
I love the
don't feel
smell
like
of it, though, to be
I
honest.
don't. So I'm really happy that Manscaped is not following. The Crop Preserver Ball Deodorant and Crop Reviver Ball Toner to make sure his go-to smell is a top shelf scent rather than the sweaty ball scent you have to deal with. And if at this stage you still have to deal with that, babes, come on.
If at this point he still hasn't got Manscaped, come on.
Come on. Get it for him. Because men, they'll say they'll do it, but they never do.
Manscaped even threw in 2 free gifts to their Platinum Package 4.0, the Manscaped Boxers and the Shed Travel Bag. Both are specially made to hold your goodies. Get the Platinum Package this fall. These products are guaranteed to be hits for your dangly bits.
Go to manscaped.com and get 20% off plus free shipping with the code BESTIES. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com when you use the code BESTIES. Manscaped, clear out the leaves. It's your tree trunk's time to shine.
Whoop, whoop. We now return to regular scheduled programming.
So how did your guys' friendship unfold then? How did you guys start hanging out?
Well, me and Steve go way back because I've known him
back.
since I don't remember when I met him. I've known him
Yeah.
since kindergarten.
Memory.
Yeah.
I knew Julie in passing. I knew she existed.
Yeah.
But we didn't become friends until the pandemic.
The
'Cause then-
Oh.
I forced them to come together.
He was always at our house because they would always hang out, and I would see him in our living room, and every once in a while I would say hi, but that's it. I wouldn't chill with him or hang out with him until the pandemic happened, and then we would all just get high
and she had to.
together.
She
And
was
then,
forced
but
to.
it was it wasn't anything weird because I had always seen him.
Around.
So to me it felt very natural of us
Yeah.
just talking and saying oh, how are you, how you been,
Yeah.
what's up, what's going on. I don't know, that's how it felt for me.
She's like, what about you guys?
Brenda was always telling Steve, does she always have to be here?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
When's she gonna go to her room?
Oh my God. That's
Yeah.
cool. But do you guys do you ever think back and you're like, damn, I can't believe we didn't hang out before? Or do you guys feel like that,
I feel
your
like
connection came at a good
It
time?
was interesting because I think we talked about it where we were why is it that when we were younger we didn't really hang out? But I think for me it was kind of I did feel I was a little older and he was just a lot younger than me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then eventually I guess once we hit college and we were both kind of young adults, I think that's when we kind of started mixing with each other.
Yeah.
Really?
We've always been close. We're only 2 years apart.
Yeah.
And my mom made us do everything together. She would bathe us together. We play soccer and basketball together. So we would do a lot of sports together, and it was just we were always just super close. And then, but I don't know why we just didn't hang out with each other's friends until eventually when we got older, it kind of just started happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, I relate to that because I'm super close to my younger sisters now. They're 18 and 17. And I'm 25, so now, they're kind of getting older. So, we hang out more. And, I love, talking to them now and, kicking it with them and stuff. But obviously, when I was younger, 20, 21, I would literally never see them. I was always out partying, just doing crazy stuff. And
Yeah.
they were always home. So, and they would annoy me, they were younger. So I didn't talk to them. And, yeah, it's so crazy because, I never asked them, their perspective. And recently we had a conversation. I was like, oh, and they just were telling me, dude, we never felt close to you, as kids. They were telling me you were never home. When we were all together, we would mostly, bicker, we weren't really, that close or anything. So the fact that we're all super close now, it's really nice. I'm like, oh, it makes me kind of be like, damn, why was I mean to them back then? Why can't
You're
I just
reflecting on
No, for
yourself.
real, that's what it was. I hate
It's crazy
that.
how I've grown as a person.
No, dude. I was really mean for no reason.
I feel like a lot of Mexican older siblings are mean to the younger
Yeah.
siblings because I feel like my sister and my older brother were mean to me for no reason when I was young.
I don't know what it is
I
about
said
younger
sorry.
brothers. You just want to fucking punch them in the face.
Is that true, Julie?
Sometimes.
Do I? No, I don't think I ever won.
Julie, can I say a story of one time where you low-key did me dirty?
Yeah,
Which
say
one?
it, say
Uh,
it, please.
which one? Yeah, which one?
Which
Just this one specific core memory that I have is one time my parents bought us both Hershey's chocolates, and she literally handed it to me and my sister, but my sister just happened to be broken, but it was still in
Yeah.
full. And I remember my sister took mine and she gave me the broken one. And I remember, I'll never forget that one. I'll never forget that one. When I'm on my deathbed, that's gonna be the last memory of my sister.
You're
Gonna
Yeah.
crack a chocolate and give me the
Give me the small part of it.
My parents did me dirty that one time when I was like, I want Hershey's with almonds, and they got me a Hershey, and then they just put actual almonds.
They didn't sell them in the store. They bought almonds separately. And
Dude, no, but honestly, like I love that though. Like they don't have to do that.
Yeah.
They could have just been like, here, dude, like this is what you get. And they did that. That's sweet, actually.
Yeah. But it was funny. He took a picture of it, and that shit was hilarious because I was like, bro, I said Hershey's with almonds, and they gave me an actual Hershey bar, and then they just put almonds separately.
Dude, I would have loved that. Hershey's never puts enough almonds in those. It's like one fucking almond like here and then at the bottom, and that's it. And I'm like, buddy, I need it.
I don't know which ones you be getting. I'm actually like, I'm always annoyed. I'm like, bruh, too many fucking almonds
Are you
in here.
serious?
Yes, like I'm a more like
chocolate
chocolate girl.
almonds.
Huh?
No, nothing.
Oh no, sorry.
Say it.
Say it. Come on.
It's dumb now. It's over.
No,
I was like, oh, you want? I fucked it up already. I was gonna say, oh, you want chocolate with your almonds, right?
Yeah.
I
No, yeah, no, literally, and I, cause I'm a big like chocolate person, so
Same.
that was for me.
See, that was funny, dude.
That's a great one.
It's Halloween season too,
Dwight
so
humor.
everyone's eating
I love
the
it.
chocolates. You know?
Dude, I really think about it and I'm like,
no.
Oh my God, Sydney, girl, get it together.
She drank too much.
I'm sorry, guys.
She
got a
smoked too
little
much and drank
flaccid.
too much.
She's not having enough. She's a little hungover from yesterday as well.
She's not doing
Are we
sober
gonna say
October.
stuff?
She's.
I
not
honestly have
doing
no
it.
idea, dude. My brain just shut
It's all
down right
good.
now.
Dude, weed brain.
No, it
That
just
is
does that naturally.
Dude.
Like if I don't like say something right away, my brain will just forget it and I will never say it again.
For me, it's weed brain. Like whenever I'm high, like I will forget things instantly. Like I could be talking about it, and for 1 second, like I'll get distracted by like a bird or something, and then I'll be like, "Wait, what?"
Remember?
And it completely gone.
My brain starts working like at 10%. Like especially when it comes to jokes. Like I remember telling my friends like when I'm sober, I like really try to be like say complex jokes. But when I get high, I will literally just say funny words because they make me laugh.
Yeah.
And nobody else thinks that's fucking funny.
Oh my god.
What are you gonna say, Julie?
No, I was gonna say, remember when we would be high and we're like, bro, remember what we were talking about? Because sometimes we would like talk about something, and then sometimes we would forget what we were talking about and be like, remember, retrace your steps. What do we talk about?
Dude,
And
like,
and the three of us would try to like remember. We're like, okay, what were we talking about? What were we talking about? And,
Especially when it's like some juicy ass, like deep ass, like fucking like crazy ass story, and you're just like really into it. Like everyone's all riled up, like just going off, and then everyone just forgets. It's the worst.
Or when you're about to get to like an amazing point and you're like, wow, this is genius. Like this has never been said before. And then you just completely lose your train of thought.
Not for real.
It
It's
feels
the
like
worst
that's
thing
for real.
ever.
No, it really does.
No, and it's funny because I was watching this TikTok the other, like one of the last few times that I was high, and it was about this guy that was saying that in Bali, monkeys actually like steal your stuff, like especially from tourists. Like monkeys know who are the tourists. Like I'm pretty sure they can like see who's like a tourist and who's fucking like local, and they'll actually kidnap your child. What the fuck? They'll actually steal your money, like your glasses, like your stuff, like they'll. But the funny thing is that they'll actually bargain with you. Like if you want
trade
it
a banana?
back, yes. Like the locals already know. Like if you're a tourist and some like a monkey takes something, you can ask a local, hey, like that monkey like took this from me, and the local will go and like offer the monkey like a banana or like a mango or like something, and the
They'll
monkey
give it
will
back.
literally give it back. I was like, damn, they're out there hustling. Dude, monkeys are way smarter
Have you
than.
guys seen Joe Rogan talk about how like baboons, they figured out like that, so they'll kidnap puppies and then they'll give them food and then they kind of keep the dogs as pets because like supposedly the dogs will like bark and there's like a lion or something, and so they'll tell the monkeys now know that like, oh, we gotta get out of here.
Do they throw his ass as bait or do they take
I don't know, I
him
didn't
with
get
them?
that for him, but I guess it's like it's more like
No
they
way.
figured out you can like
No way, man.
I'd be like, no way, that's fucked up.
Do you guys
right?
think that they have that though, where they're like that compassion and sympathy towards animals though? I mean, they're animals, and do you think they would actually?
I know some
Keep the
animals.
dog or
some
not?
animals do that, like whales, humpback whales. Like you know what killer whales are? The SeaWorld whales.
Yeah.
They eat other whales, like the babies, and humpback whales. They really don't like killer whales, so like they'll go and fuck up a hunt. So like let's say like killer whales are trying to get a seal, a whale will come in and fuck it up, and just because they don't like killer whales. So like they'll let the seal like sit on its.
That is so cute. That is the sweetest story ever.
Yeah, so I mean, some animals probably right. They
Dude,
can-
animals are crazy because like I don't remember where it was, but I know it was like I don't know if it was Bali, but it was like because of the pandemic there was no tourism.
Yeah.
So I guess in the like wherever this place was, fuck, I hate that I can't remember.
Yeah.
Like the monkeys were so used to being fed by all the tourists that there was none, so they fucking like literally rioted the city. And they were like grabbing kids. You guys didn't see those videos?
No. Grabbing kids?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they were just like pissed. Let me look it up, but it was crazy. But it was because like the pandemic had like taken away their like literal food source.
I heard about that at the aquariums too, like the fishes and everything. Like they were so used to like tourists coming and like visiting them that they all got sad that like people weren't going anymore.
And they died?
No, I know.
You know, depression kills. Dude, no.
True, yeah. I mean, it's
You
true.
never know.
I mean, animals just like us, right? I
Yeah.
mean, if it kills us, kills them.
Do you know what? What's it called? What was I gonna say? On the topic of animals, do you guys know that deer don't see red? Like they don't see like that color, like red, orange, like those hues. They don't see them.
I think I know what you're talking about. The
Yes.
tigers, right? That like
Yes.
you would think a tiger would stick out like a sore thumb, but
Yeah.
for
So
deer it doesn't.
yeah. So tigers mainly eat deer. Like that's their prey of choice.
Oh, really?
But
Where do
People
tigers
are-
live?
India,
Asia?
China, all of those.
out somewhere in
India.
the woods.
In the world.
Yeah, it's like
For real. Somewhere
there.
over there in that area over there.
Yeah, on the other side of the world. Yeah.
Yeah, somewhere. But I was like, damn, because they were saying like, how do deer not? Because they're really fast. Like, how do they not like see them coming? I guess because I guess like where they're stationed. I don't even know where. Where they live.
Like the military.
For the truth. Sorry guys, that
They're
drink's
deployed.
hitting. I'm on an empty stomach. Where they live, I guess. They're just like wondering like how deer don't get away more often. With like also like the tiger like like
I
their
mean, they're
hunting
also
tactics.
way faster.
That's what I'm saying. Wait, tigers?
Like you've never seen fucking
But
animals
deer
attack?
But I feel like deers are pretty fast too. I've seen videos of like deers running away and they're freaking fast. But pretty much I guess what gives tigers the advantage is the fact that they're able to camouflage really good in grass because they see red and orange as like green.
I wish I could see like I get fucking irritated when they like show a picture of like a mountain lion or something and they're like, oh, see if you can find it.
Oh,
Oh,
it's
you
like
can. Like
camouflage?
it's attacking you now.
Yeah.
And I'm like, motherfucker. Like I always feel like when I'm out like in the wilderness, I'm like, nah, I'm gonna be able to see these fuckers. Like there's no way they're gonna get
For
me. Like
real.
you know what I mean?
That's
And then
why-
I see the pictures and I'm like, this is fucking embarrassing. Like I'd be dead right now.
Yeah.
Humans are OP. I feel like I went camping recently. I feel like I was like a bear showed up, like help the bear, you know?
Help the bear. Somebody help the bear.
I feel like
Dude,
come on
that's
now.
hilarious.
The only bear here in California, there's a black bear now, and they're not like that.
big.
No, they're not that aggressive as like grizzlies.
There's a saying. It's if it's black, fight back. If it's brown, get down because you're supposed to play dead. And if it's white, good night. Because I think polar bears they don't get.
Oh
fucked
yeah,
by
they
each
all
other.
fucking kill you.
Yeah.
They're
From like
huge.
millions of miles away, they can sniff you out.
Yeah.
Dude,
Polar
did you guys hear that story from that guy who and him and his girlfriend were out in like the woods and they were trying to befriend a bear?
Ate him?
And like, yes, did you guys hear
They
about
ate
that?
That's the grizzly guy, right?
Yeah, the grizzly guy,
The
like,
guy, he thought he was Steve Irwin.
yeah.
And like
no, that he really thought.
Was he?
he's
Yes, he was.
he's the guy who like he would go and be like with the bears. There's like a recording, but I don't think it like
They didn't air because it
it's
was too
unofficial.
gruesome. It
where
was
it's
too
like
bad.
there's like even a picture of him with the bear, and they think that's the bear that did it.
That did it.
And there's a recording of the bear like going in the tent and like ripping him apart.
Yes, because they had like cameras set up all the time, like filming him, like interacting
would
with
come.
them. But the sad thing is that it killed their girlfriend too. Like it killed
Yeah.
both of them. And they found her diary, and she had just like had an entry like a couple of days before saying how she was homesick, she wanted to go home already, but that her boyfriend wasn't like letting her. Like he was like, he insisted on staying there.
The bears.
But and they also like after doing the girl's autopsy, they realized that the girl got her period, and they think that's why the bear killed them because he smelled her blood. Mhm. And I was like, what?
That's crazy. That's scary.
To think
That's
that you're
sad.
above like the natural laws of nature, you know, like you could get away like with like being homies with the bear.
That's why I
You
hate
must be really fucking delusional.
But
dude.
not even that, like, even, like, hunting, I hate that shit, because, like, the high, because people are like, oh, unless you guys hunt, in which case I totally respect hunting.
She's lying. She's a pro liar.
Oh my god. No, but you know what I mean? Like, obviously, if you're like a big shot bitch, you have a gun. Like, you think if that rhino didn't know how to use a gun, like, you'd be dead right now. Yeah. It irritates me that they, like, feel like, oh, man, you know what I mean?
Dude, yeah, it's like they're above it. Like,
Yeah.
like, I'm different.
But I do follow this I follow this guy who, like, he raises lions, and he's, like, homies with them, and he, like, plays with them and stuff.
That's
wild to me. What's that one show called where the
Tiger
guy...
King?
Tiger King.
Yes, dude.
yeah.
I remember that show was wild.
But I think that was different because this guy he lives in like I don't know, I think in somewhere in Africa, and he like it's like a sanctuary almost.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys think that lady did it?
What lady?
I didn't
Carol
watch
Baskin?
it.
Yeah, Carol Baskin.
I don't know.
You mean like did she murder her husband?
Yeah.
And feed him to the tigers?
Yeah.
She has kind of weird vibes.
She does, low key, huh?
She's a
I
little
feel
weird.
like she did that shit. I don't need any evidence. I feel like her vibe, like just vibe check.
Your Honor, her vibe is off.
Yeah, her vibe is off.
She did not pass the vibe.
That's why like made me a judge.
Oh
Saw
my
vibes.
god.
It's all vibes.
They're like nah.
Dude, actually, my husband used to go to jury. Well, I think he said that he would go to jury, and like if you said like you're a racist, they'll like let you go.
Yes, I heard that people do that
So
too.
he'd say he's racist, and they're like, all right.
I'm fucking
Alright.
racist,
And
you know?
they're like, actually, you can actually stay. For
They're like,
this
actually,
one.
we want you
want
in the front.
They put them front row.
That's sad. I've never gone to my jury duties.
Isn't
No.
that
You
illegal?
never done them?
I went one time,
isn't
and
that
they were
illegal?
like, "When
I think so.
And they don't.
You
You
said
never
that
got
live on the air
arrested.
right now?
Yeah. They can't get me, can they?
This is a joke for legal.
This is a
For
joke
legal
for
purposes.
legal
She's
purposes.
gone to every single one.
Every single. She's there bright and early.
Truthfully, I don't think I've ever been invited, which kind of gives me FOMO a little bit. So
FOMO?
I don't know.
They're like, this bitch is not
Do you
gonna
vote?
shut up in the courtroom.
Order in the court, and it's only me talking.
You're gonna be like, no, but wait.
I remember I got invited and I got dismissed just because it was like the guy, whoever was like in the court was like a Latino guy, and they read like Martinez is my last name. They're like, oh yeah, you
Oh,
got
like you're related.
yeah, no, you're not like that. They were like biased.
Oh my god.
You know, like biased. They were like,
Yeah.
ah, you're Latino.
What?
Yeah. No,
So they had
dismissed you
only
for that,
white
yeah.
people judging this Latino man.
I mean, that's how it is, you know.
That's fucked
That-
up.
They don't want bias.
The one time I went, you know how you can call the day before to see if like you're dismissed or not? I didn't because I didn't know you could do that. And I pulled up crack of dawn, bro, and I was so mad that I had to be there. Like mentally, I had already prepared that I was gonna be there like all day and stuff. And then he was like, "Oh, hon, you could have just called yesterday. Like you're dismissed. You didn't have to be here today." And I was like, "Bitch."
Have you guys ever actually done jury duty?
Mm-mm.
I've done it once, and I never made it past like the questioning or anything. I was just sitting there the whole entire time, and then they were like, "Okay, that's it. Like you guys can go home." And I was there the whole day, and I was like, "Bro, this is whack." But it's because I was also late. Like I was like super late. I couldn't find the parking lot.
Bro, like she's unreliable. We cannot put this on the jury.
Get the fuck out of here.
So I remember I was there the whole day, and then I didn't bring anything, and I was just like sitting there, and then I remember my paperwork was like the last one of the pile, and then they were like, "Okay, that's it. Like we don't need any more people. You guys can go home."
Oh my god, that would have
bro.
pissed me off.
Dude, imagine an episode where if they do like the Kardashians take on jury duty. You know, since they're trying to be so relatable. Can you imagine?
I don't
like,
think they'd be able to film that.
Maybe imagine they do like imagine. I don't know why right now.
She's like, I need a new production plan.
I need a new storyline, and I started thinking about like the office type of like filming style with the Kardashians. You know, kind of like zooming in on them far away as fuck, and like little camera on them. You could kind of hear them talking. I think that'd be funny as fuck.
Isn't that pretty much how the show is though?
The Kim Kardashian?
I don't know. Is it just Kardashians
It's
now?
like reality
It's the
TV.
Kardashians.
Isn't it ending? Isn't like keeping
No, I think they made a whole
They
season.
ended it on
They-
the E channel. What is
Yeah.
it called?
Yeah, it's on
Oh,
Hulu.
but
But it's
now.
on Hulu now, and they changed the name to
I think it's
the
like,
Kardashians.
Yeah, it was
And I-
Keeping Up with the Kardashians, and now it's just the Kardashians.
And I think they own the show now.
Yeah.
Oh.
So now I think it's like them.
Yeah,
Whoa.
getting
Would you guys do that if you guys could like get rich off just like, but like you're being basically like the Truman Show. Have you guys ever seen the Truman
Yeah.
Show?
Oh my
I have.
god.
Where there's just cameras on you? Like,
Did you actually
24/7?
see the Truman Show?
Yes, I
Or you-
have. I did. No, it's
How does it end? I don't know. I'm just kidding.
What happened?
what happened in the beginning? I think in the beginning he's like coming out of his house, right? Like it's showing like his
Yeah, sure.
What else?
I only saw that part.
That's the beginning.
Oh my
Everyone sees that
God.
part.
No, but yeah, if you got rich, would you do that 24/7? Just cameras all over
No,
you?
I would not be able to.
Well, it's scripted, no? They like...
I think it is scripted, but I
think it
also
is.
think it probably takes a long time to film. Like, what if you need to like let it rip or something, and they're filming you?
Keep it in. It's funny.
Like,
Girls don't fart.
I mean,
I
no,
know,
girls
so-
don't too, but like, you know what I mean? Like, what if you just want to do something? I don't know, like,
Would you be able to?
fuck no, I'm way too.
What
insecure
about
for
you
that
guys?
shit.
Nah, I like my privacy.
Yeah, same.
To
How
always
much
just be-
money am I making?
Oh, that's a good point, though. That's a good
What'd you
point,
say?
though.
I'm getting filmed too much, they're following me like 24/7 as cameras.
I don't even, and
don't
you know what
know.
would make me uncomfortable? Like just talking normal and someone like literally just like,
The camera. They're bumping to your head. Oh my bad.
you know what I mean? Like, how can you have a genuine conversation like
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
Because it's not just the camera. Like they have the people with mics
It's
too.
like-
I just think it's interesting that they can genuinely just have conversations with like people there. Like the whole camera just
Yeah.
there and you're just having a natural conversation with your mom or like your sister.
Or like they fight.
yeah,
Don't-
or like a
don't be
fight.
rude.
It's like yeah.
Like that.
Well, because sometimes you have like
Don't be fucking rude.
really like personal like secret conversations. So like imagine being like, yeah, I promise I won't tell anyone, and then like
The camera.
it's like right there.
No, of course, I'll keep it just between us.
And the
Okay.
whole
The
world.
crew guy.
And then it's like
He's
zooming
got
in
the
turns.
boom
Just
mic
like,
and everything.
Yeah.
but it's, I don't know, because how do you, like, there's just no way that I would be able to air my family's shit out like that. Like, because it's not just my stuff. Like, it's
Dude.
everybody in my life that would have to agree to air all their shit out on TV.
I, don't know,
they
I feel
do
like
it.
I feel like
They do it.
a lot of Latino families would have a lot of shit though to like talk
Dude.
about.
But that's like, I feel that, and there's just stuff in my family that I'm like, dude, I would be so fucking embarrassed if anybody knew this. You know what I mean? Like, that's just shit that I'm like, why?
Like there's not enough money in the world.
No way.
But that's
So,
what people want to
really
see.
good.
oh no.
Like you guys would become millionaires
You know what?
or billionaires.
Look, I feel like I would personally do it if what I filmed stayed like okay, like if cameras followed me around and it just ended at that, like filming like my life and it just ended there, I would do it. But the fact that I know that I guess fame in quotes would come afterwards, where people would like try to like come up to me at the store, at the movies, at the grocery store, like at the freaking gas station, like everywhere I went, you know, I would get attention. I would hate that. I feel like that's why I would always say like I want to
don't want to be famous.
I want to be rich. I don't think I really care to be famous because I know that
Real.
a
Pretty
lot of
real.
people feel like then like they can judge you and like have an opinion on your life. And I feel like you have to have really thick skin for that.
Yeah.
Dude,
And
yeah.
I feel like it could grow for me over time, but I don't want to have that added stress. Like sometimes I watch like the Kardashian episodes and I'm like looking at them and just like what they're going through and like what they're talking about, and I'm just like, there's no way, like I can't,
Yeah.
like, dude, no, like freaking like Chloe getting cheated on
3
Did
times.
you guys
times.
hear about that? Did you guys know about that?
Yeah.
yeah.
Dude, like the third, and it's sad that she found out the first
she was
or the second
pregnant.
time when she was
3 times.
giving birth, like
Yeah.
2 days later, and the same time she found out literally like couple days after they had like the baby like inseminated, and it was like there already, like she
But
was.
that's
the
what
lady
I
was
mean.
pregnant.
Like, if that shit happened to me, I promise you, no one on this planet would ever hear about it. I
Batman
would be
couldn't get
so
that
fucking
information
embarrassed. I would never show my face again. What?
Batman couldn't get that
No.
information at you?
No way. Like, I would never say that to anyone if that they fucking did that to me.
Yeah. What do you guys think about everyone saying that the Kardashians are trying to be like too relatable regarding like, you know, like,
They're trying to look poor
Kylie's, like-
or working class.
yeah, like Kylie was like doing like a product reveal in her car. She was like, "Oh, I'm just parked, guys," and she was like doing
No
like, yeah, she was in her
way.
car.
Really?
She was like, "Look at this new product I got," and like she was like in her car sitting like
She
just
probably said she had just gone to Target or something.
something like that, dude. And then like,
She was at Target.
dude, no, literally.
That's relatable.
Dude, did you see the part where the clip was going around where like her and her mom had gone to the grocery store for like the first time in like a minute, and they were like having the time of their lives at the grocery store, and they're like, "Oh my god, I haven't shopped in
so
years,"
funny, yeah.
and like
Oh my
I
god.
was just like,
I think it shows like a shift in what people want to see now. Like,
Yeah.
I think I don't know if it was a pandemic or something else happened, like fucking inflation. But I don't think people are as entertained as seeing like rich people go to these mansions and do this shit. Like,
That's true.
instead of you see like a celeb or like a influencer. Like,
Well, because TikTok, right? They're always on their phones. People get famous from that, from
Yeah,
being like relatable.
from being like themselves.
So like to be like up, and you're probably like, fuck, like how do I do that?
But you know what I also think it is? The fact that like people are so aware of the like wealth inequality that like you showing off your cool shit just makes you look like an asshole now.
Yeah.
You know what I
True.
mean? So people are like, okay, like I'm gonna be relatable like you. I don't have that. Like, yeah, I'm rich, but look at me. I go to the grocery store too, just like you, buddy. You know what I mean?
just
So,
up
Pump my
middle
own
class.
gas.
Yeah.
I'm
Ugh.
a regular girly.
bitch, if I was rich, I would not give one fuck. I would be like, yeah, my butler just bought me my groceries. Now my chef's gonna cook for me.
well, it's because like the Kardashians, like the reason why they're doing that is because like you said, when you live your life on a camera, you're not really like a person. You're more like a character.
No, for real.
Dude, imagine their identity crisis.
I feel like I don't get how they're like, how they deal with all the hate, dude. Like have you seen Kim Kardashian was at the Ram game, and the entire stadium booed her.
No way.
And
Yeah,
they're
Why?
like, ooh. I guess because
I guess I don't know.
Fuck
Just
rich
being
people
dicks.
now.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Well,
Well,
I
I
mean,
mean,
Because I mean, like,
It's
that's
not
kind of
that.
unnecessary. Like, unless she did something at the Rams game, you know, to get
I think it's
booed.
just
Dude,
like
the
a-
fact that everyone there booed her though, like
the
that's how
entire
many haters you
stadium,
have.
yeah.
I think it's just like a lot of what also like the Kardashians are like, since they're kind of like, I guess people say they're trendsetters. Because sometimes they do like appropriation and the
Oh,
Oh,
100%.
okay.
So I think a lot of people like are mad
Yeah.
at them of that, and
Yeah.
just like they say that they also like fetishize like the black culture, right?
Right.
Because they
Okay.
each were trying to marry like black men,
Yeah.
right? And then kind of like Kim was married to Kanye and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's just like there's that hate of that they have.
I genuinely have a question. How do you know when someone's trying to, like, fetishize, like, black men? Or, like, they're genuinely just, like, that's just who they're attracted to? I don't know. What's the difference? Like, what are the factors that determine the difference?
I guess like on a personal level, it's like, do you like them because of like who they are? Do you like them because of what they like
what you think they are?
hold? Yeah, like their culture and like
Uh-huh.
their I guess like history. Like, is that what really like intrigues you about them? Because if it does, it's like, well, you're kind of you're thinking about them as more as if they're like this fictional like thing,
Okay.
right? Like you're obsessed with them the same way people are obsessed with like movies. Like,
Okay.
oh, I want to be like part of like the horror culture. I want to be part
Okay.
of this. But like you're not liking them for who they actually are, for their
As
personality,
people.
right?
Right.
Okay, that makes sense.
Well, because people say that like the Kardashians use like their boyfriends as like accessories, right? And
Okay.
that's like what makes it look even more like a fetish.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
said
that
Pete-
makes sense.
Like Pete Davidson was just like a stunt too, right? That's
You think
supposedly-
so?
That's what they say.
Do you guys
like-
think Pete Davidson's a handsome guy?
No.
No.
You guys don't think so?
Dude,
But look-
fuck no.
I don't, but honestly, like, I've dated a man who actually resembles him a lot in the sense that he was like a white man, tall, not really conventionally attractive to like what I'm attracted to, but he was really fucking funny. And I dated him for 3 years because he was just hilarious. And I kind of, when Kim started dating him, I was like, I get it. Like,
Oh yeah,
I
like,
get
I
it.
don't judge people for dating him. I just personally, I do not think he's attractive even a little bit, because I feel like a lot of people, especially when like famous celebrities are dating, like just anyone, like the whole fandom of them just start realize, like they get into like, oh my god, but only because that person is dating them, not necessarily because they're attractive. I don't know how to explain
Yeah.
it. You know what I mean?
No, yeah.
Because to me, like, yeah, like I think he's cool and he's funny as fuck, but I really think he's so ugly.
He's ugly hot.
I'm
though.
sorry.
He's ugly hot.
Yeah,
Okay,
he's
explain to
ugly
me.
hot.
Wait, okay, I never get that. Ugly hot and hot ugly. Okay, like what does that
What's
mean?
the difference?
Yeah.
Ugly hot is like,
Pete Davidson.
dude, like low key, I think Bad Bunny's ugly hot.
Bad Bunny?
Because
That's a bold
Wait, but
statement.
what's ugly hot? Like I
No,
don't
like
get
he
it. What
wants
is
to
that?
understand.
Yeah, what
Oh,
is that? Yeah.
like you're not conventionally attractive, but something about you
It's kind of a
is
Makes you
just makes you
attractive.
so attractive.
Yeah, so it could be like, it can be like you have some attractive features that you kind of like aid you into making you look a little better, but it could also be like you're like extremely funny, like in Peter's case, you know, he's really funny, so that makes him more attractive. You know
You
what
call
I
him
mean?
Peter? He's his government name.
He's the
Peterson.
the both. But yeah, my
And what's
man.
hot ugly?
Hot ugly is like
Your hobby have an ugly personality.
It's like your hobby have like a big nose, so that kind of ruins it.
I like big noses.
Or like just little things like that. I feel like it could go both ways. It could be like little features that you're hot, but little
But,
features
like-
kill it.
no,
but
I
it
think
could be, like,
hot ugly
personality
is
too.
like
But hot ugly is still attractive, right? It's not like an
Objectively attractive?
yeah, pretty much like it's a person where you're like if you stare at them too long, you're like, oh, I mean, you're kind
Exactly.
of whatever. But like if at first glance you're like, whoa, that's a hot person.
Like who?
But then can we just all go? This all just kind of trails back to like beauty's in the eye of the beholder. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Oh, for
because
sure.
like. You know what I mean? What I could think is hot ugly, somebody else could be like, bitch, that's ugly.
Yeah.
Right,
You know what
but
I mean? Like that's not
I
hot.
think it always like there's always a generalization.
Yeah, like
to-
where like in the most society can agree on.
yeah,
to a certain
yeah.
extent,
Not necessarily, because it's true. It's subjective. Like I
Yeah.
think. Let me think of someone.
Yeah, who do you guys actually? This is on topic of if there's a fictional character that you guys could marry,
Like
but
cartoon?
yeah, it's fictional.
Cartoon?
Like cartoon
any
or
fictional.
like-
It could be like a movie character, a cartoon character, any person that's just like a role, pretty much
Oh.
that you could marry, but
You
you
can't
can't ever
divorce.
get divorced. Who would it be?
Hercules, but the Disney animation one.
Really?
Bro,
Damn, you thought about it like quick.
yeah, he's been my crush forever. He set the bar for men for me. Because he literally was a whole ass god and he said, oh, without my bitch, no thanks. And he chose to be a demigod. So,
I'd rather die.
yeah, literally. He literally gave up his soul for his beautiful
queen.
Meg. Yeah.
Damn, I
For
need to
his
rewatch that movie.
simple mortal. So,
Not
definitely.
the simple
That's a
mortal.
good question.
Honestly, on like The Office, I would go with Jim.
Oh, dude, Jim's the worst.
What?
Is Jim hot ugly or ugly hot?
Jim is.
Ugly hot.
Oh, fuck no. Have you seen
feel
him
like
lately?
John
Like on the
Krasinski.
show?
Oh,
Or?
I'm talking about on the show. Now he's not. On the show, he was ugly
I
hot to
feel
me.
like he's
I don't know.
he's kind of cute.
Yeah, I
don't
think he's cute. I don't think he's hot. Like he's just like a cute big dude or something.
Yeah. The fact that he waited for Pam.
Oh, dude, he's garbage. I don't give a
He's
fuck.
garbage.
I do
Wait.
not respect Jim.
Okay,
What's
why?
his-
Let's
Why?
talk about it.
Why?
Why?
Because okay, first of all, she swears, but when he bought her parents' house, like bro, without even consulting her, you know what I mean? Like that's a huge decision, and I feel like it was unfair that he took that opportunity from her for her to pick her own dream house. 2, he fucking leaves to where does he go? Philadelphia?
Yeah.
Gives no fuck about her the entire time that he's over there, like literally. And he kissed her when she was engaged, which already like fucking homewrecker. You couldn't have waited or something. You know what I mean? Like I feel like that was
She
very.
almost cheats on him with the camera guy though. Remember? And
Oh
the
yeah,
camera
but
guy's
I
like,
respected
"Guys,
that.
come on."
I respected that.
You respected
I was
that?
there for that.
Come
I'm
on,
sorry.
man.
I don't know something. Watch
City
it again.
Girls,
City girls.
City girls.
City grows up.
Yeah. Women support women, no matter what.
I
guess
support
so. There you go.
women's rights and women's wrongs.
There you go.
I don't know. I just think he wasn't as
for a
loyal.
reason. We don't.
No, I don't see nothing
I
that
don't
my
really
sister's
see
doing.
my homegirls cheating. I'm not looking over. You know.
No, but I
don't
genuinely think he was like one of those nice guys where like, oh, I'm a nice guy, like I can do no wrong. And it's like, buddy, you can, and you're doing the bare minimum.
Jules, what do you think about that?
I don't know. I feel like he did a lot for her.
But I feel
was
like
just
she gave up more for him than he ever did for her. I think she was always the one kind of doing that.
I think what really like I guess got me was that she was basically almost gonna cheat on him with like a whole other dude because she was like not getting the attention anymore.
I respect
And I was
that.
kind of like, I don't know how. Well, because it's like they talked, right? They talked about it. She wanted him to live his dream, and like he supported her dream of like doing art and all that stuff. And she was kind of like, but I'd rather just stay in the office and just work here. Like this is my life.
But I also think like when he left, like he left his kids too. He didn't just leave his wife.
Yeah.
You know what I
because,
mean?
like he was also trying to like pursue his own dream of like
Yeah.
he wants to see like how it goes, like. Because it's kind of like you wouldn't want your partner to also feel like also kind of have that resentment towards you.
Yeah.
Of like, you didn't live your dream because of what? Like, I was
Yeah.
the reason you stopped. It's
Yeah.
kind of like, I want you to at least explore it. and see if you like it, and then from there we can see like
Yeah.
what can our future be.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, he didn't even do that. Remember, he was just like, oh, like, we're gonna, like, he took the job, didn't really talk. Because, like, one thing's pursuing your own dream, and then another thing is, like, expecting your partner to just, I was getting all deep with The Office, but, you know, like, expecting your partner
We're
to
getting
just,
into it now.
to just give up their life for that. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like at some point there has to be, what's it called? Like
a balance or a compromise.
a compromise, yeah. I don't know why that word slipped my mind. Like a compromise, so it can be something that fits both. And I didn't respect that he didn't do that.
Were they
because
married already at that point?
Yeah, like they
Oh.
were married and
I
had
forgot.
kids. I'm a big, like, I feel like things should always be fair. And if you're gonna do something and you already like chose to
Start a life and do all this stuff.
yeah, like it's kind of like you should, because I feel like Pam too, when she wanted to do art, it was kind of more in the beginning, like they weren't even married yet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like she was trying to do her own thing. She was like, okay, I didn't like it, and him, like you were like your life is already settled. You can't just change your partner's whole life for your selfish dreams.
But I think I kind of agree with you, Jules, in the sense that like sometimes you don't know what you want for a long time. You know what I mean? Like you kind of go with the idea of like, okay, this is what society says, like, you know, start the family, and you probably do love the person and stuff, but then you interests grow, you know, and then you want to get dreams, you know, like you want to do stuff. And a lot of people, like you said, I feel like I'm big on like not regretting doing things, and I try to think about myself like in how would I feel like if I wasn't married already with kids, and then suddenly like I want to pursue this dream, you know, like would I regret it if I didn't go after it, you know what I mean? Like I don't want to be resentful towards like my partner for like choosing, you know what, I'm gonna choose to stay here with my family because this is already like the set life that I have. And then, like, in the future, look back and be like, you know what, bitch? Like, fuck you. Like, you want to go to Disneyland? Well, too bad. I want to go to Philadelphia, and I fucking couldn't. You know, so it's like, I feel like I definitely see, like, both.
Yeah.
Like,
But I'm also big on romance. So he killed it for me. Like, the fact
Like, I
that he
was
stopped
rooting for
loving
you,
her,
buddy.
like, as much as he did, that killed it for me. I'm just a big, like,
that hurt you.
you know what I mean?
So you want like a Forrest Gump? Like,
yeah, I just want every man to die for their woman. Like, I don't know what it is.
I'm big on that too. I'm a huge like romance.
Yeah, I'm a
so
romantic for sure, but only on like when I'm on my like movies, because sometimes like my boyfriend. Oh my god, he's gonna get mad. My husband will do some corny ass shit, and I'm like, ooh, like why are you saying that, or why are you doing that? Or I'll try to do the cute little videos, and I'm like, bro, that was so fucking terrible. I don't want to do that ever again. And I see it in movies, and I'm like, oh, true love. Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's hilarious. So you said earlier that more adults are going to Disney now than kids? Or who said that? You guys
I
said
said that, yeah.
Is that like statistically proven?
Yeah, statistically, as of like I think it was like a few days in a row, there was more adult attendance than kids.
Have any of you guys been to Disney recently?
Yeah, me. I went like September like 20
I
something.
haven't been since high school, which is like 5 years ago. So like, but like everywhere I see, it looks like way different. Like the food looks way better. Like not that the food was ever bad, but
No,
like
yeah.
you know what I mean.
They've
Like,
upgraded a lot
it
of
looks
shit
like
for
a
sure.
lot more bougie, I guess.
Yeah.
And it's cool because now they have the whole reservation bullshit. So it's literally like less people in the park.
Really?
Are you serious? I feel like on TikTok it makes it seem like there's like way more.
I mean, there is, but I feel like I always get on the rides that I want to get on.
Yeah, like there's a limit of how many people can go now.
Really?
If you don't, you can have a ticket to go, but if you don't have a reservation for that day, you can't get in.
Whoa.
Yeah, and the reservations like fill up like quick. So I think I like it personally. Like it still feels kind of packed, but
It's not.
the
like,
wait times like are not that long anymore for the rides.
How much is a ticket now?
I think like it depends on the day. On the
Jesus
weekends,
Christ.
it could be like $149 just for like one park. It's like $2 something for like 2 parks.
What? That's outrageous.
And then, but if you go like during the week, it could go to like 109, 119. But still,
I
like
mean,
it's
just like, what do you think about like the deeper thing of like that there's more adults going to the park? Like, do you think it's like, especially because of the pandemic, like we need something to be like free, like
You know
or
what?
like healing like your inner child because
Yeah.
you couldn't go as a kid.
Yeah.
You know,
I feel like not even that. I think it's honestly just like I think nostalgia right now is a trend.
Yeah.
Because like everything is getting rebooted, everyone's trying to come back, like, and they're doing it solely on nostalgia. Like Ali and AJ came back with that one fucking song, and all they did was say "fuck" in it, and it like blew
Oh, the
up.
breakup song?
Yeah.
The
what it's called, right?
the uncensored version.
Yeah,
basically.
and they literally just say fucking shit, and
Yeah.
then that's like they released the
I haven't
song
even
again.
heard that.
Really? And just like even like Big Time Rush coming back, like
They came back.
Yeah.
like they're doing
My
it
baby
tour.
You know what? My heart just
I need to
saying.
go right now.
My heart just saying.
You know what I mean? Or like even Rebelde,
Yeah.
like them doing like a concert
Scream,
again.
Halloween.
Exactly. Like
Yeah.
literally everything is just feeding off like the nostalgia of fucking millennials, I guess.
But you know why people say that happens? They say it's because like people are less inclined to try new things. So it's like the only way companies can make money is if they're like, oh, you've seen this before. Remember when you were a kid? Like try it out
And you
again.
love this.
Yes,
Yeah.
I actually watched a TED Talk recently that talked about like how like it was kind of like how to create more sales, how to like be good at selling stuff, and it showed a study about how people are more inclined, like you said, to familiar things, but also it's like a mix between familiarity and surprises. So you have to find a way to make a product feel familiar, but also surprising, like in at the same time.
Right,
So-
because it has to be the same thing, but one
Just
thing
tiny
that-
tweak, yeah, where it's like this feels familiar enough where it's like I want to get it because I already know it, but it's not too scary, like something completely new, you know,
Yeah.
because if it's something really new, really out there, like not really familiar, people are going to be scared of it. That's just human nature to not like want to go out of your comfort zone. So I was like, damn, that's wild.
In terms of movies, that's what they say makes like a good sequel. Like, have you guys ever seen 22 Jump Street?
Yes, yeah.
They're like super meta about it. They're like, do this. It's the same thing. Just do it the same way.
Oh,
And it's
yeah.
because like for some reason, like if you look at movie sequels, a lot of the times when people say like, oh, the sequel is even better than the original, the sequel is basically just the same movie with like small tweaks in it.
Dude, like all the Fast and Furious movies, like they're literally
Oh,
all the
yeah.
fucking same thing, just like different like fighting scenarios.
Dude, but honestly, I feel like at this point they're just doing it like to keep the joke running.
Oh no,
Like
at
there's
this
no
point,
way that they're still like having meetings and they're like, guys, I got an idea.
with Paul Walker. Like guys, there's a new threat.
It's gonna blow your fucking mind.
New
Like,
threat to the family.
yeah, no, literally, like, what if we save the world with love?
No, for real. And they have like Paul Walker CGI, like his back still, like they still want to have him in the movie.
But
so
have you
bad.
ever seen Vin Diesel? Like when he does, sometimes he does like Facebook lives of them talking about the next Fast and Furious movie.
No.
And it's literally that. It's like guys, like the family, like these movies are just about family. Like
Oh my
how do we?
God.
And he's just saying the same shit over and over again, and everybody's like, yeah, because
Yeah.
he's Vin Diesel, you know? Like you're gonna be like,
Everybody's
nah.
like, yeah.
Fuck you, Vin
He's an
Diesel.
interesting
Yeah.
guy, though.
He's kinda
the way-
weird.
Yeah,
He's
he's
kind of
kind of yeah.
But like he's like a little bit of a weird guy. Like I don't know if you've ever seen him.
I
like,
haven't.
interact with other people. Like he's
No.
kind of like a. He's very awkward. Like there's this
Really?
famous clip of him hitting on this girl. He's married.
Oh.
And he's like, "Oh my God, you're so beautiful." Like you're.
It's
he's
like in an interview.
It's this lady. She keeps trying to like come back to the interview. Like, oh, so what do you think about this? It's like, I'm sorry, I can't focus. You're just so beautiful. And it's
Oh.
crazy because he's married. Yeah. So he's just. I think he's just socially awkward.
Yeah.
You know?
Where's he from? Is he white or is he like from like
I
Is
have no
Italian or
idea.
something?
He could be anything.
right?
I know.
He could be
He's
from
small, so
Mars.
there's no way of telling.
He's out of this planet.
He's Brazilian.
Is he? No.
He's not Brazilian.
Honestly,
He's not.
for my fictional character,
I
I,
think he's
actually
like
thought
whatever-
about Brian from Too Fast, Too Furious.
Oh.
Paul Walker has always had like a big like space my
Were you
heart.
devastated when he passed away?
Dude, did I tell you guys that story? I think I told you guys
Yeah,
where
you
like
did,
I
yeah.
wanted to have like 8 of his babies and then he passed away. My mom was like, "You're never gonna have 8 of his babies." And I was like, "Fuck you, mom." No, but I don't know. Brian just hot and he protected Mia.
They say the next one's the last one.
Vin Diesel's 6 feet.
Fingers crossed.
I thought he was like
Dude, he looks
5'3".
short as hell.
Does he?
He's 6 feet. Oh, and he's from California.
Oh.
Damn, really?
Yeah, he's from Alameda.
He's one
What's
of the boys?
what's his?
I thought he was
ethnicity,
whatever
though?
Pitbull is.
Pitbull's
Pitbull?
Cuban. Why? Because they're both bald?
They have like
I
that
thought they were
same
siblings.
like yeah
that same aura?
yeah they have that same like you know.
Brandon, Steve, who's your guys' fictional person that you would marry but you can't get divorced?
You go first. Because I feel like I never
Thought about it?
saw stuff like that.
If I had to pick either Salma Hayek and From Dusk Till Dawn.
Ooh,
Don't spoil it though because he hasn't
she's
seen it.
bad.
Or Beyonce and Austin Powers. One of those two.
Okay, okay.
It's a good choice, yeah. I don't know. I've just never thought of it like that.
If you had
Well,
to,
think
come
about
on,
it.
come on. If you had to, like, if you gun to your head right now, we're about to shoot you if you don't give an
Oh my
answer.
god,
type.
gun to my head. Have you guys ever seen Blade Runner, the new one, 2048?
Anna
Oh my God, you're
de
gonna
Armas?
say Anna
Yeah,
de Armas?
Anna de Mars. Yeah, that's
No.
cool. But
Yeah.
she's fake even in the movie. So like, I don't know if that counts.
Not a good character.
Yeah, not a good choice for me.
She's like
But
a
it's
hologram
personality?
in the movie.
yeah.
She's super hot.
It's just
Who
that
is it? I don't even know who that is.
it's because in the movie, like she's literally like made to serve you, and it's just like.
You guys are hearing it here first.
Oh my
ladies
god.
and gentlemen.
No, wait.
He just basically said women shouldn't have rights.
Y'all are twisting
Come
his
on.
She just really, they're twisting my
Making
words.
us look bad.
My bad.
No,
my
we're
bad.
playing.
This is
Wait.
why I didn't want to choose.
No, wait.
Gonna let you guys know the real me.
Wait, no, but what'd you say? She was what?
She's like in the movie.
She's a hologram.
She's a
like
hologram.
Oh.
And it's like in the movie, it's like made for
Kind of
people
like
who are lonely.
the
She's kinda like a
computer
really-
from like
yeah.
SpongeBob type vibes.
Yeah.
Karen?
Yes.
Yeah, but she actually has like a presence.
human body.
Yeah, a body. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
What other movies has she been in? I'm trying to put a face to that.
She's
Did
in
you
that
James
new-
Al?
Bond.
Yeah.
No.
Have
She's
you
in
seen
that
the
new.
Marilyn Monroe?
Yeah. She's in that.
Oh yeah, she
Baby
played
girl, I'll
Marilyn
just show
Monroe.
you.
Yeah, please show me. It's
I was
not.
gonna be like,
It's
I
not
feel like
clicking for me.
You guys give me suggestions. I feel like that wasn't a good one.
Okay.
No, that was a great
Yeah.
one.
What's like a girl in a movie that
Okay,
you
what's
guys
well,
have-
what's your type? Give me your type, and then I'll.
I feel like I don't believe in types.
She's cute.
Oh my god, this doesn't help.
like physical types.
I just feel like types like
Amma,
limit you.
what's your love language?
Bro, you wouldn't pick La Salma?
It's because that's the person, you know, not the character.
Yeah, but like any.
It's fictional.
Anyone.
La Salma, real life, hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
But like in fictional,
No,
like,
you have to pick a fictional.
It
you
has
know?
to be fictional.
Yeah.
Like it can't be a famous person, because then
yeah.
it would be Chris Evans.
it would be
Yeah,
Captain
100%.
America.
At him.
Captain
But
America.
not Captain America, Chris Evans.
Why don't you like Captain America?
I'm Team Iron Man. Iron Man. I'm sorry.
So you'd pick Iron Man?
He dies. So
I think I'm Team Iron Man too. What do you guys?
Spoiler.
I'm Team Iron Man because I didn't like how he like just. I remember I used to joke with him that
Oh, yeah.
I didn't like how when they fought he destroyed the suit because like that cost money, bro. Like
Oh my god.
if we fought, I wouldn't break his phone. Like
yeah, he
Right.
made a good point. Yeah.
True.
Respectful, respectful.
yeah, it's like come on,
Respectful
bro.
king.
That's a little fucked up.
knows who murders his parents, breaks his suit. Come on, dude.
Yeah,
Damn.
come on. You know?
See? Oh my god, I cannot stand that bitch. But Chris Evans. Oh my god, Chris Evans and Fantastic Four. Woo! Delicious.
I like Mark Ruffalo.
And,
But, like,
He was
And
Max
which
in
one?
13 going on 30.
Oh my god, yeah.
Oh yeah, what about Jennifer Garner? 13 going on 30.
Yeah.
She's pretty. Innocent.
Okay.
Isn't she supposed to be like mean?
She's
in the
a
beginning?
girl.
Yeah,
No,
she's mean.
Jennifer Garner.
She's a 13-year-old.
She's 30 in the movie.
Yeah, but she's.
13.
Oh, but she's mentally
And
ill.
you're
No, she's right.
13.
Bro, we're getting.
You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen.
Erase this.
Breaking news.
Why did you have to ask us
We
this?
have unmasked them.
Oh my god.
I'm just saying. No,
They
but
did this.
That was,
Go
that
ahead,
was
Judy,
very
you're the
dwight
last
of you.
one.
right now when you said Mark Ruffalo though, what do you guys think about SheHulk? Have you guys seen it?
I haven't
Yeah.
seen
No, I
it.
haven't
Dude.
seen it.
You don't like it?
I watched like one episode. It was very hard.
I hear
to
it's
get
good.
through.
Like I hear
I-
it got better. Like I hear.
It got better? Maybe I
Yeah.
need to give it a chance.
Oh, actually, I don't want to spoil it because it's still out.
But does it get better though?
No.
You said no.
But I think it's
She
still,
said don't
I
fucking
think
watch it.
I still watch it. Like I still watch it. I watched like the whole
Just to
like
give
I'm
it the
caught up
chance.
on it. There's just like one more episode left. And I don't know. I feel like I understand where it's like coming from because it's like it's more of like it's a woman superhero, right?
Okay.
And it's kind of giving the perspective of like what would she go through as
Okay.
a woman superhero.
Okay.
And like just the same thing of like being a superhero and living in the real world of like the struggle of that because
Yeah.
it was kind of like it wasn't her choice, right?
Yeah,
she
yeah.
doesn't want to be a superhero.
Yeah.
Like, she just wants to live her regular life.
Wait,
Yeah.
so how
be a
did she
lawyer.
become She-Hulk?
So the way I guess it happens is her cousin is Hulk.
Yeah.
They're cousins, they're related, and I guess they're like on a trip together. And they get into like a car accident and
She
I
gets
think
a
his
cut.
blood, yeah, she gets a cut, and
And he
his blood
does too.
falls into her.
That is
cut.
not sanitary.
And so then she becomes She-Hulk.
Yeah, because her
and then-
blood becomes.
But isn't it just like a lawyer show?
Well,
Someone told me
that's-
that it wasn't really anything like it was just like a show about her being a lawyer.
Well, she wants like that's her dream.
That's
her
her
dream
life.
is to be a lawyer. But then her life turns into like she has to be a superhero.
Yeah. So it goes back and forth. I'm assuming.
Yeah. So it kind of goes on like how she's like trying to like because what's interesting is that there's a scene where like she wants to date, right? She wants to like fall in love or whatever.
You know what? I'm gonna watch it.
That's why I really feel like I could connect.
And the thing is that like people are more attracted to SheHulk than her like of her human state. And then she says that people are more interested in her being like SheHulk than her being normal. Like it's like why does no one like her name's Jennifer, right? Like it's like why does no one like Jennifer but everyone's so interested in SheHulk?
But can she turn back?
Yeah, she can.
She has control of it.
Yeah, she can do it.
Hulk,
but it's
give her like a whole like retreat. help her like manage herself.
But he can't do that, right?
He
can
learned
now,
to.
I think.
It took him like 10 years. It took him
Yeah.
like 10 years to like merge both of them. But she never had that. Those spoilers. She never had that issue.
It's been out for a long time.
The thing that is that they like play on is that because she's so like, I guess women are more in touch with their emotions. That like she can do
She
it
has
because you know
more
it's more
control.
of like when they turn into Hulk, it's like they're angry, like they're like just like frustrated, and like men I guess can't do
Unstable.
that, but I guess women are more in control of their
touch.
emotions.
They're using that as a
So-
superpower rather than, you know, being hectic.
Yeah, so it's like for her it's a lot easier to do it.
Oh, gotcha.
So it plays on like a lot of like I guess how women kind of are and all that stuff. And yeah, I don't know. It's just very interesting because it I feel like there is a lot of like you can see like comments with her, like you can kind of relate to her of like the struggles of like that she deals with men and like how she's like
okay.
and, like I guess, but it sometimes does feel like it's just very like
Trying too hard?
yeah, like it, and then I think and I get why it's kind of like people are kind of like yeah, because I get that, but at the same time I've always been the type of person if it's bad I'll still watch it, like I'll still
I feel
keep
that.
watching it.
I feel like they're doing that a lot because even like in Infinity War, no, not Infinity War.
Endgame?
In Endgame, that scene with all the women, like to me, it felt really forced. You know what I mean? And a lot of people liked it because she's like, "Oh, she's got us." Like, bitch, where were you guys?
I feel like I never
never
really
felt
noticed
that,
it.
but-
I feel like
I never noticed
It
that. I
really
didn't get that
bothered
vibe.
me because I feel like there's ways to achieve the message without it being forced, like really obvious. Like, oh, of course, all the women are like together right now.
I get
guess
you.
the way
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get what you mean.
And even
Yeah.
like in shows like now being made, like every single show about being a woman is like a woman struggling with like, oh, I don't want to get married. Like I don't always have to be married. Like I feel like there's more stories to tell than just that one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think that's why like forced stuff like that kind of bothers me because there's ways to be inclusive without it being so completely obvious. Like,
get
oh,
what
we
you
had to
mean.
write that in.
I get what you mean.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. You go, girl.
I have a lot of problems with the film industry.
Cheers
to that.
Cheers to that.
No, yeah, but I know the other part is just like people who hate on it or like just like who just hate like knowing kind of like women falling into that. They're like this is a man's thing. Like superheroes are for like men, right? And I think that's why a lot of people kind of don't like She-Hulk because they're like, oh, like they're trying to be like us now, kind of thing.
What the hell?
But I don't know. That's kind of what like the other end that I see. Like, I mean,
It's like, that's what I heard through the grapevine. Not sure.
Don't quote me on it. Hell no, I love
no, but yeah,
superheroes.
but I mean, honestly, just for me, I just want to like see it, just because there are some parts where I'm kind of like, okay, this is nice to like see, but some of it is like the same thing with every superhero movie, where it's like they're kind of like struggling with like their own identity and
With
stuff
great
like
power.
that.
It's great responsibility.
Dude, I was watching Spider-Man like yesterday.
Which one?
First one. Because I watched the second one with him.
Wait, what first
You're
one?
watching
though?
them
Like,
in
Toby.
No, yeah,
Tobey
dude,
Maguire.
it's pretty good.
The Tobey
but-
one?
Yeah, the Tobey one. The first two are really good.
He has such a funny face.
He did.
He's like
There's no lips.
Yeah, I liked his character because you know how people were when they were comparing him, like, oh, which is the best one?
Yeah.
I actually liked him because I liked that he was dorky.
I like
Yeah.
Toby.
Dorky.
You know what I mean? Like at the time, it was obviously when they were casting a bunch of adults like as
Teens.
so like he had no control over that. But I liked him like that.
No, yeah, I feel like Toby's pretty good.
And when he gets ripped, he looks sexy in that scene when he's like,
When he's like,
yeah.
For me, low-key, it's the Toby movies, then the new ones.
The Tom Holland
The
ones?
Tom Holland, and then the Andrew ones. That's how I
I
rank
feel like
them.
I like Andrew Garfield. Like, he's the highlight of the movies, but
Yeah.
the movies themselves kind of like mid.
Really? I loved Andrew Garfield's
How would you
Spider-Man.
rank them?
Probably Spider-Man. Like
No, the versions, like from the 3 different guys. Which one would you put?
Oh, I thought all the movies, but I was
no.
about to go off right now. Just for me personally.
Yeah, for you
like,
personally,
This
of
is
course,
my
your
opinion.
personal.
I liked Oh, it's because, dude, the last one totally changed it for me because Tom Holland is so good.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, he was just so good in this last one. But I don't like the movies in themselves like that much. Like, I didn't like Homecoming. I thought it was super fucking boring. Personally. But Iron Man comes out, and I'll watch anything that he comes out in. Yeah. But okay, I'm gonna rate it. Sorry, guys. I'm fucking blabbering. Okay, I'm just gonna say it. For me, it's Andrew, Toby, and then Tom.
Tripping.
Tripping for real.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, that's just me, preference wise. I will always put on the Amazing Spider-Man 2. That's my favorite.
What? That's everybody says that's the worst one.
I know, and I never understood it. Like, literally, when those two came out and they like canceled them, I was fucking bummed. Those are my favorite.
Opinions invalidated.
Doesn't matter.
Maybe women don't deserve right.
I really like them.
Well, because like I always tell everyone that like this famous story of like when I was a kid, like I had never thought bad movies existed, and the first time I ever realized a bad movie existed was when I went to the theaters to see The Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Really?
Yeah, I always tell people that exact story.
That's how I feel.
I tell them all
no
the
joke.
time.
How you feel? That's how I feel about Homecoming. Like, I will never in my life ever watch that movie again. It's so boring to me.
Really?
I swear.
It's so wild to me.
It's a cool movie.
But then I watched the 2 and 3, and I was like, these are amazing. I love you.
Tom Holland's first movie.
What about you? What do you guys rank them?
It's tough.
In terms of like Spider-Man?
I
Just
honestly
Spider-Man?
Just from like the
Just
three
them
different
being
actors.
Spider-Mans?
For me, like I said, for me it's Toby first,
I rank
Tom
them
second, Andrew third.
I rank them
Which
as
is
A.
most
Yeah.
people's.
I feel like I'd want to put Tom higher, but I feel like I feel like he just needs like a really good movie because he can act. He can act. You know?
Yeah.
I
For
feel like
me,
Tobey
I think
Maguire-
Toby makes them first for me because
The
I think
Toby,
the
yeah.
story I liked it better for me. The Toby story.
And Toby's a pretty good dork. Like he
Yeah.
plays a good dork.
Yeah.
So.
in those movies, like the fucking world's against Peter Parker.
Yeah, he's a loser. in
Like
those
he's
movies.
such a loser for
Everywhere,
real.
bro,
It's like
everywhere.
like the
He can never
scenes.
win.
I don't know if you remember the scene where he's picking up his books in college, and everybody's walking past him,
They're pushing
hitting
him.
him with his backpack. I'm like, damn, like he's like the lowest of the lowest in like the food chain, you know?
Yeah.
Remember the bus drivers like laughing like he intentionally leaves Peter Parker behind?
They're cruel, dude.
Yeah, they're
like
Everyone
they're
hates
fucking
him.
mean. Like
That's
the whole,
true.
he was
But I
born
feel
to
like
suffer.
that was a thing back then, like, because people aren't that, like, dicks. Because I feel like in movies, like, when the dork is getting picked on, the entire school is like, like,
Yeah.
really, there wasn't one single nice person.
Well, it's technically like Mary Jane and Harry, right? Like they're technically like
Mary Jane and who?
Harry Osborn.
Oh, yeah. But, like, Mary Jane, like, why was she popular? She was, like...
She's like
She was
super,
a broke bitch, too, you know what I
she's
mean?
super-
It's like
she's
it's-
beautiful in the movie.
Yeah,
she's
she's
a pretty
beautiful.
girl.
Red
She's
girl.
beautiful.
Red
She's
hair
like
You know
Well,
what I mean?
I feel like you're right that like bullying used to be way bigger though.
Yeah, it was, like, a
like-
thing in movies, like,
Yeah.
in high
No,
school.
I mean like in society too.
Oh, really?
you know?
Society,
Yeah,
real
like-
life.
I feel like we should bring it back.
Yeah.
I feel like it's needed a little bit, to some extent.
Dude.
Were you guys ever bullied when you guys were younger?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What were
By
you
you're
bullied
like-
for?
mostly.
What were you bullied for?
Because I was hairy. I was a little hairy Mexican girl.
So every Mexican girl.
I was bullied in middle school.
No, but...
I gained weight.
Really?
I was actually chubby in middle school.
Aw. Were you tall? How tall were you?
No, I didn't hit a growth spurt till summer before high school.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I was actually really short.
Wait,
in middle
actually,
school.
summer before high school? That's
Yeah.
super young. That's like freshman year.
Yeah, but all of middle school, I was still short.
And did
Still
you...
slightly taller than the girls, but still considered short. No, I was not definitely 5'8".
Oh, okay. Yeah, it was just me because I had visibly hairy like arms and like a little unibrow, and my mom didn't let me do like shave or anything
Yeah.
like
I'm
that.
surprised. Your mom seems like very like clean, like arregladita all the time. I'm surprised she didn't let you like
Well, because
wax your eyebrows and shit.
Well, because she didn't want. I don't know.
To
She
grow
didn't
too
let
fast?
me. I guess because
She was like gonna be a whore.
because she didn't let me
That's
use
the
makeup
mentality,
until
dude.
like I was honestly like 17.
wow.
Really?
Yeah, like my mom didn't let me. She didn't let me. Like started doing my hair. That was like the only thing that she really let me do. But she didn't let me dye it. She didn't let me. One time she caught me with eyeliner and she slapped the shit out of me.
Dude, she threw her Converse out. Tell them
She
the Converse.
would-
The Converse story
Yeah.
Why?
has me
Why?
shook. Go, I'm sorry. Tell them the
Because
Converse.
at the time it was when like at least in my house, my cousins started living with us, and they like would listen to like Kiss and fucking Him and stuff like that, and they would wear like skinny jeans and Converse, and that's when it was like emo to wear skinny jeans and Converse. But I loved Converse, so my dad bought me a pair, And she threw them out.
She said that's emo shit.
Yeah, and they were fucking pink. And like pastel pink and green. I was like, girl, where? Like, how is this emo?
What's even wrong with being emo though?
She's just like, she's not like that anymore. But back then, she was just very traditional Mexican.
Yeah,
Oh,
traditional
I get you.
Mexican
I get
vibes.
you.
Yeah.
Like the first time I flat ironed my hair, I used like the ironing plancha.
Shut the
Because I had
fuck
super
up.
long hair, so I was like, shh, yeah. And so the back of my head was super fucking curly. And I went to Costco like, oh, hell yeah. Like, I'm fucking killing it right now. And my brother literally was like, you look fucking stupid.
It like sounds like a movie scene. You're like,
You
oh hell,
know,
you turn around, it's like,
Like the wig you're wearing, is that a wig?
yeah, it is,
Don't
I
let the
asked him,
real you,
like-
Steve. Let them know.
It's all natural.
That's the
all
real
natural.
me.
First of all, that's how my hair looked when I flat ironed, but just in the back because I couldn't get it. It was terrible.
Wait, so your mom didn't let you, so you used a straightener? I mean, you used the plancha?
Yeah.
So she would she didn't buy you one.
Not until I turned like 13.
That's
Yeah, my mom was, I'm telling you, my mom was really strict. Not like in a, I'm fucking traumatized way. It was just more of in like, why? Like, what is going on here?
I get what you mean.
Yeah, but I didn't give a fuck. And then finally one day I was just like, I'm shaving my legs because people are fucking mean. Kids are mean.
Dude,
You guys weren't ever bullied?
I was not. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I don't think I was like. I don't have like a lot of memories, but I do have like. I feel like what affected me the most is because I heard this saying recently that as a child, like our number one need is to be accepted just for who you are. Like that's like our core like need as children growing up, because you don't really need to do anything, you depend on your parents for everything.
Yeah.
So the core need as a child is to be accepted, and when you're not, that can really fuck with you. And you put in a school with like a bunch of insecure ass kids, with trauma ass kids, like everyone's all fucked up, just projecting onto each other all day, being fucking fucked up to each other all day.
Yeah.
And I was like picked on for being like chubby, but like I feel like for me what really affected me was the fact that since day one, like Steph, I'm big on romance. Like I've always been big on like I want like the love story. Like I want the boyfriend. I want like to feel loved. And since I was a child, like that's just I've always wanted that perfect fairy tale. So every time I was in school, like I was big on like having a crush, and like my crushes never liked me back. Never, ever. Either they just didn't like me. I was too taller than them. Like they just never liked me back. And I always ended up being the friend to the cutest girl in school. Without fail. Like I would be friends with the cutest girl in school.
On purpose?
No, I just ended up. I didn't look for it on purpose. Not that I remember, but I would just always end up being friends with the prettiest girl. So I literally just never got the attention. My friends always got the attention. So I never felt accepted. Like I just always felt like the ugly duckling, the duff. You know what I mean? And then it was just like,
the duff.
no, really, I really was the
Love that
duff.
movie.
It was a good. It is. Yeah.
Underrated.
It really
No,
is.
100. Honestly, I watch it. That's one of like my comfort movies. I love that shit.
Yeah. So I just feel like that's where like a big part of like my why my experience was so bad, because I was always like, I'm never gonna find love.
Fucking middle school.
No, for real.
Did you guys ever like feel? Because at least for me, like I didn't know something was wrong with me until someone else pointed it out. Do you guys ever feel like you remember that happening to you? Like you an
what?
insecurity you didn't even know you. Like I didn't know hairy arms were like bad until someone was
Right?
like, "Why do you have hairy arms?"
That's
You know what I mean?
I was gonna say, I was like, I had the same thing in middle school, where I also got made fun of for being like hairy.
Yeah.
I remember like guys would like make fun of like my legs and stuff, because
Yeah.
I mean, same thing. My mom wouldn't let me shave because she's like, you're too young. And then I also
what?
just didn't like develop as fast as everyone. So like girls would also like have bras and stuff. And I know guys would make fun of me for having like a smaller chest.
Dude, say.
So I was like, bro, like, how is that like my fault? Like, it's just like.
Did you ever try wearing a bra with padding, even though you didn't?
No, I didn't. I never did that, because I was like, I was just like, for me, it was just like they pointed those things out, but in a way, it did make me feel insecure, but at the same time, I was kind of like, I don't care. Like, I can't do anything about it. Like, what am I supposed to do? Like, just magically grow them? Like,
Dude,
it's just like, that's not like my
Magically
thing.
grow them.
But I think the one that did affect me was like being like hairy.
Yeah.
Like my I guess like when them talking about my boobs, I was kind of like, I don't care. Like, I can't really do much
Girl,
about
those
it.
will come later, baby. Don't worry.
And they did.
But it was
like this. I'm gonna look at her boobs like that.
No, but yeah, like but that part was like that got me like a lot more insecure because now like as I got older, I kind of was feeling like, oh, like if I see hair anywhere, I kind of am like, okay, I need to take it off.
I need to shave it right now.
Yeah, I know. And honestly, that's the thing. Even like when I don't know, did you guys watch Euphoria?
Yeah,
I've seen the second season.
Steve, you didn't watch that shit?
No, I haven't
Get
seen
it
it. I'm
together,
sorry.
dude.
Everyone tells me to watch it. Yeah.
It's actually it's pretty good.
It's good.
But like in the opening scene when it's describing the characters, like he mentioned like she was like introducing like the bad guy and then the popular guy and popular girl or whatever, and she mentions that he's like, oh, his favorite thing about her was that she was completely hairless. And I'm like, dude, like, that, like, literally in my head, not triggered me, but I was like, damn, like, imagine how many girls are watching this shit, and now they're like, fuck, like, being hairless is the most attractive because she's the most popular. Because I feel like that's how my brain
like,
used to work.
Like, that idea still being perpetuated. Like, bro, like, give it a fucking rest. Like, it's 2022.
I know. Some of us just are hairy.
Yeah.
I don't shave my arms anymore though. Like I feel like sometimes I'm like, oh, like I'll be recording. I'm like, you see my hairy arms, but I'm like, it's okay. They're there for a reason.
Mm-hmm. Dude, it's funny. One time I had this cousin who I was young, and I was entering like my chubby phase. I was changing in front of her, and I was like putting my pants up. And she looked at me and she was I was like naked, just putting my pants. She was like, oh my gosh, she was like, your stomach sticks out more than your ass, how funny. And she started laughing at me. And I was,
should have punched her right there.
Dude, I was just like, damn, you know, like, I got her back though. I got my leg back. Then like I remember like a few weeks later she was changing and I was like I was like, dude, you have the ugliest vagina I've ever seen.
That's what I'm talking about.
Dude, but hear me
what's
out though.
wrong with your pussy?
Dude, hear me out though. Tell me why, like, recently, actually, like, less than a year ago, we were, like, in my room. I think we were, like, faded as fuck. And, like, we were just, like, we were, like, having, like, a vulnerable night, you know, opening up about just a bunch of shit from my childhood. She was like, dude, I actually have, like, something, like, against you that, like, I want to, like, tell you. And I was like, what? Like, she was like, I just feel like I have to say it out loud, like, to, like, let it go. And I was like, damn, you know, I was kind of fucked up back in the day. Like, what'd I do? You know, like, my bad. And she was like, yeah, just one time, you know, he told me, like, when I was changing that I had the ugliest vagina ever. And she was like, and because of that, like, I'm, like, it made me really insecure. And, like, when I, you know, started, like, having sex, like, I was sexually active, I wouldn't be able to, like, have sex with the lights on because, or let people look at my vagina because that thought would come to my head, how you said, like, I had the ugliest vagina ever. And the wild thing to me, though, is that she didn't remember what she said to me. And what made me feel bad, because that was, like, something for me. Yeah. Like, I was like, bitch, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, bitch, that was something that you told me that lived in my head rent-free, too, you know? Like, every time, like, my butt and my stomach was sticking out too much, like, I would think, like, damn, like, I'd be looking down at my stomach, like, damn, I really am fat. You know what I mean? But isn't it so wild how, like, you know, obviously, I validated her feelings. I apologized, obviously. Like, it was her moment to shine, you know? So, like, I said sorry, whatever, you know? But when I told her, like I didn't tell her that day, you know, because I hate when people tell you stuff like, oh, like, that's something you did to them, and then immediately they want to hit you back, well, like, you did this to me, you know?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So I waited a while, and then, like, later on, like, I brought up to her, like, what she said to me. She was like, I don't remember that. Like, really? Like, I was like, bitch, fuck you. I want you to fight your ass right now.
Get out here with your ugly pussy.
For real. I was like, I lost my stomach.
Like, wow.
You still have that shit.
Dude, no, honestly, right now when you said that, that totally made me think back, too, because, okay, so, not that I would watch porn, but, like, you know how you're a little kid and, like, people put it and you're just kind of like, what the fuck? Anyways,
people put it? Who?
Dude, okay, then just the weirdos that we fucking hang out with.
You're valid.
You know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
Anyways, I would see their, like, fucking pink-ass pussies and I would be like, oh, what is going
like, what's
on?
wrong?
Yeah, I would be like, what is going on here? So, one of us is not.
Did I tan too long? Was I on the scent too much?
That shit would, no, dude, it literally would give me body dysmorphia. Like, as a little girl, dude. Well, not a little girl. I would be like a 13 or something. But,
yeah, no, but
you know
weird.
what I mean? Like, it would give me weird body dysmorphia. So I feel like now I like that, like, women. That's when we were talking about SheHulk. I'm like, fuck, fuck, I'm gonna watch it because I feel like now people, like women, are talking about things that would make them uncomfortable at the time, and I'm like, damn, like that's dope because now little girls are not gonna be like, yo, why is her pussy pink and mine's?
No, it's crazy. Also with SheHulk is they call her a slut, and it's like on Disney. It's not like on.
Why do
Disney,
they call her
right?
Who calls her a slut?
Because like
She's dating.
Yeah, because she's like she's doing dating apps, and people are like, "Oh, she's a slut."
Wait, like in the show or like in the comments?
In the show.
Oh.
Like they say it in the show.
In the movie.
That's crazy.
What about you guys? Did you guys ever experience anything like that? Like do you guys like have any thought that lives in your head, just something that somebody told you in your childhood?
I know, does that happen to guys or is that mostly to girls?
I mean, no, and it happens
Yeah?
to guys, yeah. I mean, like, I was insecure about being hairy, too. But it was mainly because, like, I'm, like, even for a dude, I feel like I have a lot of hair. And so, like, I just always felt insecure about it. I always felt, like, dirty.
We both
All right, now I feel even more insecure. No, never mind.
Sorry, it's just we made eye contact.
I remember, this one that I always remember is that I remember this kid in middle school. He was kind of like a farmer kid, and I remember. So he told me that every time he saw me smile, it reminded him of a donkey smiling, and that one to this day I still think about.
What?
That's so mean. That's so mean.
That's the one. Because then I had braces. I used to have really fucked up teeth though. I used to have pretty fucked up teeth. Yeah. That's so he's like,
laugh about his insecurity.
But when they were sharing, it's a cold world. It's a sexist world. I'm not gonna say it right now, but you know.
No names right
Dude,
now.
somebody told me that too about my smile. I forgot what they called me, but because I have a very gummy smile too. But I remember I forgot what they called me, but they called me something. I struggled a lot with my smile too.
Dude, you know what I just thought of? This is fucked up. I'm sorry. This is fucked up, but I'm gonna just warn you guys. It's fucked up. When they put the horse laughing on Megan Thee Stallion.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Dude, I'm sorry, but that shit had me cracking up. When it comes to
teeth, I can't laugh. I feel the pain. Like,
but I
it's
honestly
just one of those
think
things
I just think it was the way she was like kind of like scrunching her nose, so her top lip would kind of go up. I'm sorry, Megan.
I get it. You gave us a warning.
I did.
You did.
No, my teeth were really fucked up. So like, it's like. Definitely like a sensitive spot. Like one of my front tooth right here is fake. Like it's completely fake.
Really? Well, you have a nice smile, to be honest.
Yeah. What happened to it?
Yeah, because I used to like when I was a little kid. I used to watch like wrestling a lot, and there was like Jeff Hardy. He would do this move where he jumps off like the ladder and he does like this like flip called the Swanton Bomb. So I was like a little kid and I'm like, I could do that shit, no problem.
No.
But I chickened out halfway through, so I basically just did like this big jump. And the momentum like kind of pushed me and I kept running. And do you remember like the big ass TVs with like the wheels on the bottom? I literally ate it. Like I literally like went there and one of my tooth got forced on top of the other. And then it grew like that for like a few years.
Oh my God.
And then when I was like 12, 11, the doctor's like, you're gonna need like braces. And I had them for like 4 years because they were that fucked up.
Damn,
yeah.
dude,
From that moment on, it threw off like their growth.
Yeah, because it stacked the front tooth over the other one.
And your parents never were like, oh, let's go get that checked out. Like,
well, I mean, I was just like a little kid, so it was kind of like, oh, it's just funny. Like I just have fucked up teeth, you know. But there's this one picture that we have. We're at Universal Studios. We're either like on the Transformer. I think we're on the Transformers ride, and I'm smiling like all big, and like one of my tooth you could clearly see is like right on top of the other. Damn. And I remember that one was one that my parents were like, yeah, you need braces. Like,
we need to get it.
Yeah, like it's about time. Like it's about.
Dude, they're real ones. My parents waited until I was old enough so I could pay it for myself. And they were like, they would always be like, we just don't want to pay for that.
I mean, we went to Mexico.
He got them in Mexico.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's genius.
We couldn't afford them either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, my parents could. They just didn't want to. They were like, you're gonna grow up one day and you're gonna invest in that.
Yeah,
yourself.
but look at how gorgeous your smile is.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Smile.
Clink. Dude, I had braces too. That shit sucked. But only because I wouldn't call it bully. I don't know, whatever. But I used to wear glasses. So then when the dentist told me you need braces, I was like, fuck no. Like, what do you mean I'm going to have glasses and braces? Like, no way.
Betty laughed.
No. There it is, right there. That's why I didn't want them. And so I waited until I could get contacts. And then I got contacts and then I got my braces.
I remember when I got my braces off, I've always, since I was a kid, like, it's funny I have long hair now. But when I was a kid, I always wanted long hair. And I remember I had kind of like long hair when I was younger. So when I got my braces off, I cut my hair. I was like, I need like to really show like the glow up. Like
Period.
So I always remember it was on Valentine's Day. I got my braces off and I cut my hair.
Ooh.
And to this day, I always try to cut my hair on the 14th of every day.
That is so
Yeah, very
cute.
much,
That's
yeah.
sweet.
That's
I
a
love
cute
those
tradition.
traditions. Do you have one?
A tradition? No.
Do you guys? Jules,
A
Brendan?
tradition? I
Tradition?
feel like I like traditions.
Like personal tradition? Like something I just do?
Yeah.
Random just for you.
Nah, I don't think so.
I wanted to make it a tradition to jump out of a plane every year, and I failed. I only did it once. And then
Oh, how was that?
it was cool. I definitely recommend it 100%.
Did you feel like, because people talk about how like it changes their perspective on life?
What the fuck?
No?
No, I was just
wasn't
like,
You were like, it was
Is that serious?
no, I think it was cool because I guess it didn't change it changed my life, but only because I was going through something that I was like, I need to do this or I'm just honestly like not gonna be able to move forward from the situation because I felt like I needed to do something that I really didn't want to do, and when I did that, it made me feel like I guess
Yeah, you
yes
serious?
it did.
realization.
Yeah, because I only did it
Yeah.
because I was in like a very toxic situation and I needed to find like a way to overcome my fear. So I guess I kind of did it through that.
Yeah.
Like I was like, the fuck? I jumped out of a plane. I'm gonna let this shit be happening to me? Like, no way. Like I'm braver than that. And
Love that.
yeah,
Love that.
it was pretty cool. But honestly, just in itself, it's funny because in the video I'm like super panicking but I was the first one to jump. I definitely recommend being the first one because I think if I wasn't, I wouldn't have done it. Like just watching people like do that, it's so scary because they like overlap you like
On top
literally
of
you're
someone, no?
sitting on top of each other, everyone.
I feel like that would make me feel safe.
Kind of, but you're also like realizing like, oh my god, I'm on a plane and they literally just opened the door. Like that, I think what was scary. And then when you're getting like ready for it, your feet are just dangling and you're literally like, oh, fucking hell, like either I'm like this parachute's gonna open or I'm gonna fucking die right now. And then you're falling and you're like, well, it just like you have the same thought but in a positive perspective because you're like, well, like this is so dope.
This is a nice way to go
Yeah,
out.
so if I go, this is like crazy cool. But also I hope this parachute opens. And
Yeah.
it obviously does.
Yeah.
Most people that die are when they do it like alone. So I definitely recommend it 100%. Forget what I just said about death.
Have you ever tried psychedelics?
No,
No, not even like shrooms.
no, never.
No? Are you interested?
Honestly, do you see how I ramble?
Not like an offering or anything. What were you gonna say?
Sure.
Pulls them out.
No, like I feel like I ramble a lot. So I think if I were on psychedelics, I would trip myself out really bad.
Oh, okay,
You know what I
get
mean?
you.
Because I feel like I'd be thinking because I always see the good and the bad and like like the worst and best situations. So then I feel like once I'd make that switch to the worst, I'd probably like trip balls or something.
That's actually one of my fears too. I don't know if you guys can relate. Like, I feel like my number one fear, more than like tripping out on psychedelics, is staying stuck on like
In there?
On the
in there where I have to be like in a mental institution for the rest of my life. I feel like that's
get
the
you, yeah.
worst. My number one fear. Like I wouldn't mind tripping hard as fuck, but I've tripped out hard as fuck on weed, and there's been moments where I've convinced myself while tripping on weed that I'm gonna stay stuck like that forever.
I get
And
you,
that
yeah.
anxiety is worse than dying because I'm like I feels like I'm dead in life, you
Like
know,
you're in
like
hell,
you know, like
yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna be like
worse
living
than
being
death.
fucking crazy
Yeah.
forever, you know.
Yeah.
And so I feel like that's a big reason why I have like a huge like wall when it comes to like trying psychedelics. Like I've tried shrooms like a tiny bit, but I've told Jules, I think I've told you it doesn't do anything because I feel like I purposely probably do a little bit because I'm afraid to really go
Yeah.
there, you know, because I feel like. And I feel like that mentality isn't good, you know. You have to really be like in a good place mentally. I've heard to really do that.
Yeah, I think that too. I don't think I've felt like I was in a place where I'd be okay to do them.
Yeah.
And I want to do them in a setting where I know that I'm just gonna be in like bliss.
Yeah.
So I think I'm not like ready for them. But I want to try them at some point.
Yeah.
But I'm just not. ready
Same.
for
I
it.
want to try,
Yeah.
but I feel like I want like the universe to tell me like when I'm ready, and I feel like
Yeah, it
I feel
feels
like
like
the universe
that, yeah.
telling me right now like don't do it, bitch. Like every time I think about it, I'm like don't do it, bitch.
Well, it's weird because like I remember for this like past time that we did it, I remember I felt like I was full of all love, but it didn't start like that. Like in the beginning, I remember I haven't told my sister, but I remember I had like this hallucination where I saw like my dad like decompose in front of me. like die, basically just die in front of me. I saw him like be who he is right now, and then become old, and then his skin fall off of like his skeleton.
This is on shrooms?
Yeah, and then because I hallucinate like visually very easily. Like I tell them, they don't. You don't really do it, huh?
No, I mean the last time we did it. Sorry, Mom, if you're watching. I tripped out like really hard, and I don't know. I don't know that I saw anything, but like I don't know.
I see things.
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
I visually see things. Like it was literally like my dad clenching his jaw, and then just the skin around him just peeling off. And I think it's because I had seen like my grandma pass away like earlier that year. So I had my grandma looks a lot like my dad.
Okay.
So I had kind of that visual of my grandma passing away.
Okay.
And like you said, like you need to be in like kind of like a comfortable place.
Gotcha.
But in a way, I felt like I saw that because I needed to kind of pass that road of like, okay, that's inside of me. I feel that sadness, and probably seeing my grandma pass away because she looks so much like my dad made me think like, oh, how I'd feel, you know?
Yeah,
so
of course.
I feel like you kind of have to get through that rough patch, and then you feel better after, you know. But it's definitely scary. The
so in
come up
that
is
whole
fucking-
trip encompassed all that, like seeing that, and then after. So what were you doing? You're sitting down. You're in your room,
Was it
like.
when we were at the beach?
Yeah, it's when we were at the beach. We were just at the beach.
And he was like just sitting on the sand right there, or like.
I was just looking at the ocean.
And he
I
was in the
just
ocean.
Yeah. I
Oh,
was
like
just
it was
looking-
like floating, like
It
kind
was
of
just
like
like
in the
it's just
air
sometimes
type.
I just see like visual like blurs. Have you ever heard that like sometimes the side effect of like psychedelics, even after you're done, you kind of like start seeing like a visual
Like
what is it?
patterns?
Like patterns even after you don't feel
Fractals,
anything.
you mean?
Like fractals, yeah, it's like a side effect of like of if you take too much shrooms, you
Yeah.
start seeing fractals even when you're not high.
Yeah.
And like I feel like I've done it enough times where sometimes I'm just living like I'm just going about my day, and in the corner of my eye I see something. I told him about it, and and like I look for it, and like it never happened before, but it's like so there. It happened one time when I was hanging out with you.
Really?
Do you remember the view you took us to?
Yeah.
I swear I saw in the sky, I saw like this purple like balloon floating there. And I remember I looked at it, and right when I look at it, it like disappeared. Yeah, so I mean, I guess like.
Do you think it's like residue of like psychedelics?
Yeah,
like living in your blood and shit.
Yeah, that's why I always feel bad, because even though like I want to tell people like, oh, you know, you should try it, you know, like it'll feel good. Like I can't lie and say like I feel like I have had some bit of side effect of using it.
Yeah.
You know, like just visually at
You've
least.
done it more times than me.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Can you
I
count the
remember-
times you've done it? Sorry.
What's up?
Like, are you able to count, or you've just done it like?
No, yeah, I've done it like 7 times.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not like anything crazy, but at least a few times I just took like a lot of dosage to where now I'm kind of like I don't want to take too
Okay.
much anymore, because
Yeah.
I'm really scared of like just getting a visual fractal permanently, because a lot of people talk about that.
Get that.
Yeah, how they're
that's what
just
I'm scared of.
permanently seeing like the world in fractals, just like cracks like glass. And I'm like, oh hell no! Like if I see that, like fuck that. Like
Yeah, I saw a TikTok of a guy that was like talking about how he's permanently like stuck in that state, like where he sees like fractals, and he was just like explaining like his life and how he just he's learned to live with it, but he just feels like he's a different person now. Like the old version of him like doesn't exist, you know, like he relates different to like his family, his friends, you know, he doesn't see them as often anymore. Now like it's getting better in the sense that since he knows how to deal with it now, like he's able to be around people more, but it's not the same, like you know, so people like they feel like he's different, and he's like, and I am a different person, like I'm not the same person anymore. And it's just like I see shit like that and I'm like, fuck, like I can't, like,
you know what people say is like the way to remedy that is that you gotta do the way to remedy that is that you gotta do crazy shit like in your actual life. Like you gotta go and like I don't know, like skydive or something. Yeah, no. I mean like
Not more drugs, baby.
no, not more drugs. Yeah, more like go out and like talk to like your homeless, like your neighborhood homeless guy.
Oh,
or
for
like,
real?
Yeah, they say that because that makes you like that grounds you.
Feel present.
Yeah, like you're here.
like
your life.
like you have to
is-
feel truly connected to like everyone, or
Yeah, like it just like.
Like you're experiencing things in the real present time, so it kind of brings you back out from that trip.
Yeah, because you're like, holy shit, like this is real life. Like I'm actually living here. There's a famous like story about this. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Channel 5.
No.
It's like this YouTube guy. So there's this guy. the main guy who runs it, he goes to like the weirdest conventions in like the U.S. Like sometimes he goes to like genuine conventions like the NRA.
He'll go to NRA, or he was even in Ukraine. He's all gas, no brakes. He was that before.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
I don't know if
okay.
you.
Where he interviews a bunch of like really weird and like crazy places.
I want to say I've seen some TikToks.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he said that the whole reason that started was because when he was like 13, he was abusing shrooms. Like he would eat them all the time, to where he got diagnosed with depersonalization like by an actual like doctor. And so he's like, I just want life to feel real. So he just started going out and filming himself interviewing like the weirdest people he would meet. And like now he has he's like a millionaire, like because he just continues to do that. He continues to go to these conventions.
And
talk
does
to
he
these
ever
people.
say like if he stops doing that he'll fall back to like feeling?
He just says he
depersonalized?
doesn't feel the depersonalization anymore.
Oh.
That it fixed it a lot.
Oh.
So yeah, so I mean, if you ever feel that way, just go out and talk to like someone weird, you know.
Crazy. Damn, that's wild.
I don't think I could talk. Because I feel awkwardness very hard.
Mm-hmm.
So when I'm in a conversation and I don't know how to respond, my body just like starts to panic a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I hate when strangers call me on the phone. Like even if it's for like scams, I'm like, why? Like I now have to talk to this person. I don't even know what they look like. Like, and then I start to panic. So I feel like I would have to do other weird shit, like fucking go to the Amazon or something. You know what I mean? Like I would have to do something non-social.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like live on an island or something.
Yes, I would love that. I actually just recently came across this like profile on TikTok of this guy who's like he lives on a boat and he's like sailing the world with his family. And I was like, dude, that's freaking insane. And he'll take videos like he'll be like, oh, I'm in the middle of the Atlantic and the ocean is completely still. And they'll like jump in the water and it's just like complete like deep blue. It's so crazy. I love
so
those
nice.
videos.
Would you say you're a people person?
I am a people person, but I think recently I became kind of like socially anxious. Like when I'm in like around too many people or like in situations where I feel uncomfortable, I get really, really anxious. And so I think like now my perspective on that kind of shifted because before I wanted to be around like a bunch of people I liked. Like I loved going to parties and concerts and whatever. And now I think I'm just getting like really uncomfortable around it. But I think it's because I'm not really in control of my emotions that much right now. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, ew, like what if I just start to freak the fuck out and I'm around all these people and I have to repress it because everyone's around, you know what I mean? So I feel like lately I've been trying to connect really hard with nature. Like I want to be in the mountains all the time, yeah. Because it's the only place where I'm like, okay, like everything's okay here. Like everything's just existing. Nobody's here like kind of being weird.
The calm you feel like is super like nice.
Yeah.
In nature.
I
Love
mean, they say
that.
that's our natural state, right?
I don't know if you guys this guy was talking about how, you know, living in a city is not natural to humans. You know, we're meant to live out in nature because it controls like the rhythm of life. You know, like that we wake up with the sun, we go to sleep with the moon. If we were to live out in nature, you know, like no lights, no nothing, you know, that throws off like I forgot like the name of like the rhythm in our body or whatever. And he was saying how living in like cities really just it just throws us off like from how we're supposed to feel, not just physically, mentally, but like chemically. Like it's like a huge effect. And if you go out to live in nature for like a couple months, you'll feel completely grounded and like in tune. And he said not just that, but he even mentioned how like you witness like plants dying, animals dying, and it also becomes like more natural to feel like at peace with death because you're witnessing it. And like the seasons, you know, you live in nature, you're living with the seasons, as opposed to like when you're in a city, you know, everything's always lit, you're always in a home with lights on, you don't really witness much of like seasons. And he was just like going like ham on like what like the science behind like living in nature, like how it's really like the natural way of living. And I was like, damn, like we're really
Well, yeah, because even being at sea level is so healthy for you. Like just
Living by the sea?
like living by the sea is really, really healthy for you. Just like your heart rate and all that stuff.
I didn't know.
Because you're like when we're too high, like the elevation.
No such thing, bro.
No, like the elevation affects the way your body, like your heart and all that stuff. Like I don't know if you like have you ever climbed like or like gone hiking or something
Yeah.
and you go up too quick and you kind of feel sick
Okay.
because of the elevation, so you get like elevation sickness. But I think like long term it's always better just to maintain at sea level.
And you know, and I don't know if you guys have heard, I don't know the science behind, but you know how they say like the moon affects the tides and how that has like an effect on our lives as well. That's more like astrology stuff. I don't know a lot of, but
What do you guys? Okay, do
I've
you guys
heard.
believe in astrology that like the way that like the planets are aligned affect us?
I've heard a lot of compelling arguments to believe that there must be some truth to it. But to say that like I'm 100% like on board, probably not.
Like with like your zodiac signs and all that?
Yeah,
Is that what you mean?
Yeah, like do you think most of that stuff is
Like,
has some
we're-
truth behind
we're-
it?
I think it's scary accurate.
Yeah.
some,
But I
yeah,
also feel like a lot of the stuff I hear for other signs, I'm like, that's me too.
exactly.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'll read a horoscope that's not mine. I'm like, "Pff, that's totally relatable to me. And I'm not even a fucking like Libra or something. You know what I mean?
What's your sign?
A Leo.
Okay, that makes
You-
sense.
you have Leo
Yeah,
energy.
you have Leo energy.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, it's because I'm like, oh, this doesn't define me. But I'm like, why the fuck did this shit,
No,
like, all these
They don't
stereotypes
know
fit
anything
me?
about
Yeah, we don't know
They don't know
anything. We're
anything.
totally
They're
coming with you.
lying.
Yeah.
They're effers.
Yeah. Every time we ask, that's something we do. Every time we ask somebody their sign and they tell us, we're like, that makes sense.
What are
That
you?
makes sense.
I'm a Leo too.
You guys both Leos?
Oh, so that
I, I
makes
see
sense.
it.
Yeah,
I see
okay.
it.
That
I see
makes
it.
Okay,
Yeah.
I see it.
I personally don't think I give that much Leo energy. I feel like I have my moments where I can be
You
like,
do.
that was very Leo.
Yeah, you're definitely more Cancer.
Dude, my
Oh,
rise.
I don't
No.
know.
It's funny. It's funny that you say that because my rise. You know how they say it's like it's your big three
Yeah,
that matters.
yeah.
Your rising
Yeah.
and your moon, and it's Cancer and Pisces. So I feel like I feel personally more ruled by water because I get very emotional. I'm
Wait,
not.
Cancer's water?
Yes.
My big threes are all Cancer.
Oh, girl, it's water. So then we're kind of like the same. Pisces and Cancer, they're all water signs, and that it means that you're very like ruled by like your emotions. You know,
Yeah.
like I could get very emotional. I could get, but I struggle with anger. That's one thing that I really like. I suppress it a lot. It takes a lot for my anger to come out. I'm very avoidant of anger, but when it comes out, it's really like, it's bad. But it's rare. I haven't had like explosive anger in like years. But when it comes out, it's really terrible.
I only have
scary.
explosive anger.
Yeah, and I'll
You
cry
only
all
have
the
explosive
time.
anger?
I have no like patience. Like I'm literally from like normal to just piss the fuck off for like the rest of the day. I hate that because I'm like, why the fuck am I upset right now? And then I get pissed off that I'm pissed off because I'm like, just stop it. Like you're literally in
Yeah.
control here. Just stop it, and I can't, and I hate
Yeah.
it.
What are you guys?
I'm a Sagittarius. Like my big threes are all Sagittarius.
Oh my god, fun.
I don't know what that means.
Me
but-
neither. I have no
It's,
idea.
it's
girl.
weird. It's weird because I know, like, at least for my sign, they say that I'm very like outgoing and adventurous, and I'm very optimistic. I get the optimistic part, but I don't get the outgoing or the adventurous part because I always just want to be home.
See, and I feel like that's why I don't know if I am like completely on board with it because, yeah, like Steph said, there's a lot of stuff that is scary accurate, but I also feel like a lot of stuff I don't resonate with at all, you know. And I feel like she said, not only do I just not resonate with a lot of things, I also feel like not everyone fits into like the categories, you know. Like she just doesn't resonate with a lot of her signs, and I don't resonate with a lot of Leo stuff. I see some of it, but I mostly identify more with like Cancer, like Pisces signs, like water. But
But you said you heard a compelling arguments, right? What's a compelling
I
argument?
don't
for it?
remember, but I remember listening to him being like, "Damn, that's
because one I've heard is like, okay, if we want to talk about how like humans are like a part of nature, right? Like, and nature defines who we are. Our environment affects who we
Yeah.
grow up with. Well, if you look at it even larger scale, like the planets and the way that they rotate, the way that they are,
Yeah.
they're bound to affect the way like we grow up, like which seasons we saw first as a
Yeah.
little kid, like how the light used to hit us, like how our eyes developed to like affect the light
Yeah.
based on like what time in the year we were born,
Yeah.
what holidays we saw first. You know,
Yeah.
if you're born in November and you see like
Christmas first.
Thanksgiving and Christmas first, maybe you feel this sense of joy and it affects the way you kind of develop as a little kid.
that's true."
Right? That's what people say like is an argument for astrology, is that like just the environment around like when we were born affects how we grow up. But like I said, yeah, like you guys are saying, like it's like, you know, it could be a coincidence.
I feel like I only believe in it when I'm like, that's a cool thing about Leos. I'm gonna mention to everyone that relates to me because that's fucking
It's
cool.
a part of my personality now.
Put it on my story.
personality trait. Put it on my Instagram bio.
The cute little Halloween memes. I'm like, that's cute as fuck. It's
Oh,
cute.
yeah, I've
I'm
seen
gonna
those,
post
yeah.
it.
Yeah, those are cute.
But actually, I have a friend who's an actor. He didn't tell me. I think his cousin told me. But that when like you're studying a character, that you try to like go off the basis of their signs
really?
to kind of like encapsulate the character a little bit better, which I thought was very interesting.
What's your sign, Brandon?
I'm a Sagittarius, but I'm a cusp.
What does that
Oh,
mean?
like, it
that like
means,
right
like-
on the
It means,
borderline.
yeah, like
Borderline
I
to
was
what?
born on the day
Capricorn?
that like I was born on the day that it turns from Scorpio to Sagittarius. And I was born at like 12:02, so it's like
Scorpio is November or January?
Scorpio's November. I
Okay.
think.
And you see?
Scorpio, it's right there.
Oh,
Yeah.
very.
Really?
Yeah, Scorpio.
Is that why you got that?
Yeah, I got it because that and my dad's from Durango,
Oh,
and I
okay.
think they like rep the Scorpion a lot.
Oh,
And I was
okay,
like, oh,
okay.
Scorpio, it's perfect, you know. Just like,
Okay. What are your other tattoos?
This one's the fallen angel, so like, it's Icarus.
Satan?
No, it's it's because it kind of represents like how I feel my relationship with like religion, especially like Catholic
Gotcha.
and Christian, because I'm like of indigenous descent, and like that's the religion you use
Yeah.
to like brainwash, like
Yeah.
it's like behind like murder,
Gotcha,
like
gotcha.
you know, like so much shit. So it's kind of like the chopped head off.
Gotcha.
It's kind of like how I kind of try to like approach religion in a way of
Gotcha.
like when because a lot of Mexicans are like super Catholic and Christian. I mean, you guys were mentioning it,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
like
yeah.
I think it's so ironic because like that's the religion that was forced on us.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then I have the tiger because in 1998 I think it's the year of the tiger.
Gotcha.
So since I was a little kid, I just always thought that was like a cool animal.
You know what? When we were talking about like the whole astrology thing, I was like, dude, I used to love knowing like my Chinese year. I forgot it now. I honestly think I was the year of the rat, but I just always thought that was so cool. Like the fact that they had like animals for every year. But I think it's mostly because I loved animals, but I was always like, damn, that's fucking sick. I think it was either that or the monkey.
I want to say I was the ox.
96.
Oh, it's a rat.
It's a
I'm
rat,
the
right?
Yeah, she's a rat.
Yeah.
Do you know
the coolest one.
what's
You're
97?
Yeah.
Ooh.
What's 97?
I don't know, baby girl.
It's like rabbit or something.
Rabbits, I think 98.
Yeah. No, 98.
No,
Oh, I knew it.
99.
I'm an ox.
Imagine you fucked up.
I know, like I already had it on my body.
I'm an
Fuck.
ox. I knew it. I said
He has the
ox.
coolest one.
Dragon.
Nice. What
Yeah,
year is
he
that?
dragon.
2000.
What the fuck? You're born in the 2000s?
Yeah, he's young.
That's
he's a little baby.
crazy. That's cool because I'll never forget your age now. That's crazy. Honestly, that weirds me out. Because when I love my year for some reason. I think 1996 is such a good like
Same.
number.
Same.
Hell no. Anything,
not 98, you know?
anything over that is like really like, pff, come on. Step up.
Do you guys know who
Damn.
Art LeBeau is?
Art
No.
LeBeau.
No, what is
Never
it?
mind. He just passed away.
Rip.
My friend just shared him, and she's like super into oldies. I don't know if you guys listen to oldies.
Oh.
Art LeBeau.
I don't listen to
What songs
oldies.
is that?
She's lying again. She's like,
She's
oh
like,
yeah.
oh, I remember
like,
him now.
yeah.
No, I was actually just being an active listener, like, oh, okay, like
Right.
he's an
active
oldies,
listener.
an oldies singer. Got it.
All right, guys. I think that wraps up for today. Thank you guys for joining us.
Of
We
course.
had a great time.
Thank you guys for
Thank you.
dressing up. That's super dope.
No, you guys really.
Yeah, that's
you
really
guys-
cool.
You guys really outdid us. Like
I know, fucking.
You guys' costume's cool.
I'm
Yeah.
over here like, oh, like let's keep it cute
The
and
three
simple.
blind mice.
And we just, we tried our best. But we're gonna come back next week with
Yeah,
another
a better
costume.
one.
We're gonna,
It's
we,
not
we have,
Leviosa. It's Leviosa.
we have to redeem ourselves.
Dude, I like this costume.
I like it too, but we could have done more.
That's true.
Yeah,
We'll try harder. It's because you guys really like.
they showed us.
You
up.
outshone
How
us.
we got
crazy.
showed up on our own show.
I know.
dude.
Dude, this
Like,
is I'm telling you, they came just to
I'm
embarrass
so
us.
fucking embarrassed right now.
How did you already have that costume, by the way?
I had the pants and the glasses, and then I went to the thrift store for this. And the
Oh, I love that.
Love that. I feel like you just gave me the whole speech of Jim impersonating.
I love that.
Yeah, that'd be cool if you had the little watch too.
it's like $11.
But no, for real, thank you guys, and thank you guys
Yeah.
for making the long drive out
Yeah.
here. That's very kind of
I'm
you.
gonna let the costume thing slide because they're my friends and I love
Yeah,
them. And I want them to outshine us if they can.
We're always down to come through.
Yeah.
Thank
Oh,
you
yeah.
guys.
always
Well,
fun.
Thanks for
Yes.
having us.
thank
Yeah.
you guys out there watching.
Thank you for joining
From-
us.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
Happy
Well, I
Halloween.
mean,
It's not, but spooky season.
happy
Happy
spooky
spooky
season.
Happy Halloween.
October or what is it?
October.
October.
That's sexist.
I love it.
We need a gender neutral
That's why it's October.
October. Yeah, because anyone could be a
Yeah.
anyone could be a
Anyone could be a
hoe.
hoe.
I guess.
I thought it was
I like
Hovember, no?
October better.
Hovember?
Yeah, Hovember.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's way better.
You
That's
can
way
honestly. Oh wait, no, you can't add it to anything. Only with an O, and like those are the only ones.
Is that really November?
No, November is no, not November.
Wow, can we have at least
December's
one
what?
month?
Destroy Dick December.
I thought it was Dick Down December.
Take down December.
It's interchangeable.
All right, guys. Don't forget to check out the Primos Chidos.
Yes.
Fucking love their podcast. The conversations always fun to listen to.
And they're live, so.
Oh yeah. So go comment while they're talking. It's pretty dope. We should try that. Have like an episode. She's like fuck.
What if I have to pee? Do you guys take bathroom breaks?
No, we
No,
don't.
dude, they never do.
I cannot.
They never do.
He has a water bottle under the table.
I knew they had some contraption. All right, guys. Well,
Peace
thanks
out.
for joining.
See you
Love
guys. Like,
Stay safe.
comment, subscribe.
All the socials will be linked down below. So you
Yeah.
guys want to check them out.
Yeah, if you guys want to comment, we'll shout you guys out in the next episode. And if you don't, then we won't. Bye, guys. Love you.
See you guys.